swung on, driven deep out into right field, back at the wall, and it's out of here. The first home run of the Southern Ohio Copperheads season comes off the bat of Ben Rushing.
Breaking ball line towards third base, diving is Daniel Cruz. He makes the catch. Wow, what a play.
Gets green light swinging, 3-0. Drives one deep out into left field, back at the wall. It is out of here. Home run, Chris Gambert.
Swung to the first pitch, drives it out to right field. It is deep, and it will carry over the wall for a homer. It is a 3-run shot to opposite field off the bat of Chris Gambert.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fall Green Mortine, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Bob Bren Stadium here on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads welcoming in the Lima Locos. Copperheads with a record of 12-10, a half game back from first in the Southern Division for the GLSCL, and Lima Locos at the top in the North Division. Hello, welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joe Amador. Had a little day off yesterday, had to take care of family, go see a family graduation party, but we're back here, and there are a lot of reasons to party for the Copperheads right now. Half game back on first.
Half game back from first, 8-2 in their last 10, have won 3 in a row. Looking to make it 4, and of course you just mentioned last night got a big win over the North Division leading Locos, and a 6-5. It was a gritty win. You know, not too many hits, only had 5 on the day, but they were able to score runs based off the mistakes. A lot of walks and hit by pitches from the Locos pitching staff, and Zach Iverson just had another absolute gem. 10 strikeouts to put him in front in the league for most strikeouts. He's also sits at second or third, I believe, in ERA. He's just been incredible, but he shut down a very good Locos lineup yesterday who came in with a 300 batting average, and they also led an on-base plus slugging percentage, so very impressive. We're sending Cesaro out on the mound tonight, so we'll see if he can keep his good string of pitching going along, too.
There'll be Thomas Cesaro and Kevin Miranda going at it for the Copperheads and for the Locos. Bob Bren Stadium, a place where the Copperheads have felt most comfortable. 8-4 on the year, 4-6 on the road. So Copperheads looking out to get their third straight win. They picked up 2 against the Graders. They picked up 1 win yesterday after their 5-game winning streak was snapped against the St. Clair Green Giants up in Canada. But since returning back to the United States, the Copperheads, they have been pretty good. They've been winning ball games and half game out of first place. We'll go through the standings and go through the lineups when we return right here on the Copperheads Radio Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic Brands, Budweiser, and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmoretine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
86 degrees and sunny here in Athens, Ohio, as we're about ready to begin today's baseball game between the Lima Locos and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. National anthem sung by Caleb Wilson, and taking us through the starting lineups. Joe Medor.
First, let's run through the standings real quick, as after a couple losses from the Settlers and Joes yesterday, Copperheads are now at 12-10, just a half game out of first. But going to the lineups, Randon Jernigan leading off, Lavoisier Fisher second, Nick Kalina third, Tyler Toll fourth, Ryan Smith fifth, Zach Sweet sixth, Trevor Haddon seventh, Jacob Pennington eighth, and Xavier Hyendage is ninth, rounding out the order for the Locos. For the Copperheads, Nasanti, Trehi Fabic, Zion Avery, Scott Combs, Tanner Glass, Tanner Johnson, Carter Cross, and Daniel Cruz, as we're ready for the first pitch.
It's time for Copperheads baseball, as the first pitch to Randon Jernigan is low inside for a ball. For Jernigan on the season, as this one's a fly ball out into right field, curving and right into the glove of the outfielder Tanner Johnson. In for the first out. So Randon Jernigan, fly out to right. First out in today's ball game. Second pitch of the game from Thomas Zazzaro. Lavoisier Fisher now batting. He bats in with a .310 average. 18 hits and 58 at-bats. Has scored 19 runs. 7 extra base hits, 5 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. As a first pitch missed for a ball, nothing, or 1-0. Pitch from Zazzaro, line drive out into right field. This one will get down for a base hit. First hit of the game as it's blocked by Johnson. 2 balls hit to right field, 1 for an out, 1 for a single. First 2 men reach base. Or only 1 reach base with 1 out here in the top of the first. And Nick Colina at the plate.
Well, you just mentioned 2 balls out in the right field, but both of them pretty hard hit. Cesaro, he's been solid all season. Last start he got touched up a little bit, but this is a tough lineup he's facing today, so you have to stay out of the middle of the plate.
First pitch swing is Nick Colina. He dumps one out into left field, taking on a hop is Cross. So it's back-to-back singles now for the Lima Locos here in the top of the first inning. One from Lavoisier Fisher and the second one by Nick Colina. Fisher over on second base, Colina at first. And at the plate, Tyler Tolve, the catcher in today's game. For Tolve, batting .297, has 22 hits and 74 at-bats. Scored 17 runs, has knocked in 19 RBIs. That would be tied for the best on the Copperheads as well, as the first pitch from Cesaro misses outside, 1-0. Sebastian Fabic leads the Copperheads in RBIs this year. He has 19, the same total as Tyler Tolve. As the 1-0 pitch, ground ball through the hole on the right side and into right field. Rounding third and heading for home is Lavoisier Fisher. The court is cut off by the first baseman, Zion Avery. It's an RBI single for Tyler Tolve. He now has 20. And the Lima Locos take an early 1-0 lead.
The Locos, after kind of a lackluster offensive day yesterday, wasting no time getting the bats out as they struck out over a dozen times in the ballgame yesterday, but right now they're right on everything Cesaro's throwing, hitting the ball hard to all fields. Cesaro's going to have to try to settle down, stay out of the middle of the plate, and hit his spots.
Cesaro coming into the day with a 1.95 ERA as the first pitch hits the outside corner to Ryan Smith, the shortstop. 0-1. Defensive alignment for the Copperheads. Carter Cross in left, Lucas Nasante in center, Tanner Johnson in right. Infield after the pitch from Cesaro as the 0-1 is on the way. Delivered low in the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanner Glass is at third base. Daniel Cruz at short. Reese Trahey with the start at second base. And Zion Avery, the man at first. On the mound, Thomas Cesaro. Behind the plate, Scott Combs. Ryan Smith bats here in the top of the first inning with the Lima Locos leading 1-0 as he grounds the ball over to Zion Avery at first. Avery, instead of throwing it to second, will take it to first himself. Thought about trying to turn 2, but decided against it. Now there are 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
He did think about it. Obviously, you want to try to get the lead runner in that situation, but that ball wasn't very hard hit, slow. By the time Avery picked it up, even with the bag at first, didn't have time to throw out Tolve at second, so makes a smart play. Gets the second out of the inning. So now just 1 away from just getting out of this, only giving up 1 run.
1 run for the Lima Locos on an RBI single from Tyler Tolve. He's now at second base on the ground out. Nick Colina over at third as the fastball misses low and away to the batter, Zach Sweet. For Sweet on the year, batting .270, has 20 hits and 74 at-bats, 15 runs scored. 9 RBIs for Sweet as he swings and fouls one off towards the right side and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. One the count to Zach Sweet. Sweet 9 walks and 7 strikeouts, so seeing the ball well as a 1-1 is another swing and a foul ball off to the right and off the netting. This one will stay on the field. As a 1-2 pitch will be thrown by Tom Cesaro ahead in the count with runners on second and third here on the top of the first. Lima Locos leading 1-0, picking up 3 hits here on the top of the first. Cesaro's 1-2 pitch. Curveball outside. Count is even at 2-2.
It's a good 2-strike pitch. Starts it on the outside corner, has it break outside, but Sweet showing some discipline behind the plate to lay off it. This counts now 2-2.
2-2 the count. Cesaro's pitch. Swung on and just fouled off straight down and behind the plate. Count remains tied at 2. Should Zach Sweet extend the inning, Trevor Hatton is on deck. Hatton batting .277 on the year. But for Thomas Cesaro, 1.95 ERA, 2 wins, a loss. 5 games started. This will be his 6th. Has a save on the year and 28 2/3 of an innings pitched as a foul ball goes right into the dugout for the Lima Locos. Everyone scatters, and it didn't hit anybody as it hit the back and then popped out into fair play. 2-2, the count remains to the batter, Zach Sweet. Tizero, 24 strikeouts, only 5 walks, and has given up 26 hits, make it 29 with the 3 here on the top of the first. As a 2-2 pitch is off speed, taken high and inside. And now the count is run full with runners on second and third and 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Lima Locos with an early 1-0 lead. An RBI single from Tyler Tolve. Zach Sweet wiggles the bat. Right-hand batter's box as the 3-2 is swung on and fouled straight back over the press box. And the count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, real tough at bat here from Sweet. Making Cesaro throw a lot of pitches, fighting off everything.
Cesaro's got his pitch from the catcher, Scott Combs. Now from the strut, he deals. Ground ball over towards second base. Taking on a couple hops is Reese Trahey. The easy throw to first in time. Side retired, but not before the Lima Locos have a 1-0 lead as we enter into the bottom half of the first inning. Copperheads coming to the plate. When they return right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the first inning here at Bob Wren Stadium. Copperheads coming to the plate for the first time today. It'll be Lucas Nasanti, Reese Trahey, and Sebastian Fabic all due up for the Copperheads as they trail 1-0. An RBI single in the top half of the first inning by Tyler Tolve puts Lima Locos ahead 1-0 as the first pitch from Kevin Miranda is taken high by Lucas Nasanti. 1-0. For Nasanti on the year, batting .289, has 13 hits and 45 at-bats, 10 runs scored as he watches the ball go by, 2-0. Nasanti with 4 doubles, 8 RBIs, 4 walks, and 2 hit-by pitches. And hit a couple times, but not more than Tanner Glass. He had 3 in one game. As a 2-0 is on the way from Kevin Miranda, swung on and foul back. Brings the count to 2-1. For Kevin Miranda, this is his first start of the year. Has appeared in 4 games, all in relief as a 2-1 is taken high by Lucas Nasanti. 3 balls and a strike now. Miranda, 11 2/3 of an inning pitched, has allowed 10 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, given up 4 walks and struck out 13 batters. It is a perfect 2-0 on the year as a 3-1 pitch is taken low and away in ball 4. Ball 4 issued to Lucas Nasanti. As make that 5 walks on the year for Kevin Miranda. And now Reese Trahey at the plate.
This was the problem with the Locos yesterday. Had 8 walks, 6 hit-by pitches. The Copperheads only had 5 hits on the ballgame. We were able to push across 6 runs as the Locos are just giving out free passes left and right, and you see a leadoff walk to start this one out. So you have to try to get that straightened out.
Have not done that so far as the first batter they see is a walk, and now 1 ball goes past the catcher, Tolve, and behind the plate moving from first to second is Lucas Nasanti. And now runners in scoring position here for Reese Trahey. Trahey batting .277, has 13 hits and 47 at-bats. 10 runs scored, 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles, and a triple. And only has 4 RBIs, so has a chance here for RBI number 5 with Lucas Nasanti at second base. Kevin Miranda from the stretch looks back and deals the 0-1 line drive, but right at the second baseman as he throws it over to first in time for the out. It was taken on a hop as it appeared that it might have broken the bat of Reese Trahey. Looked a little bit stronger hit than it actually was. A bouncing ball in front of the second baseman and thrown on to first, but the runner Lucas Nasanti goes over to third base on the ground out from Reese Trahey. And now Sebastian Fabic at the plate.
Yeah, just kind of ran inside on him, didn't get it on the barrel. Got on the lower part of the bat, but still hit it to the right side and got to move Nasanti up to third. So productive out.
And Hedgens making the out over at second. First pitch to Sebastian Fabic misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Fastball just a bit low, 2 balls and no strikes. For Sebastian Fabic, still batting around .400 as we're a little bit midway here in the GLSCL season. .395, 32 hits and 81 at-bats. As a 2-0 pitch is on the way, taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Scoreboard thought that was going to be a ball, jumped the gun just a bit. But it will be 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, and a runner on third base for the Copperheads as a 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back out of the glove of the catcher, Tolv. And now the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Camaranda's pitch is swung on, ground ball over towards the second baseman, Hedgens. He'll allow the run to score and go to first for the out. So he'll trade it out for a run, but the Southern Ohio Copperheads have tied this game up at 1 apiece. RBI ground out number 20 for Sebastian Fabic. And now Fabic and Tolv have gone back and forth. Both have 20 RBIs on the year.
Well, it's just you get the leadoff guy on, you get him over on the wild pitch, and a couple of ground outs. You know, it's just simple baseball. As the infield didn't play up, even with that runner on third, it's still the first inning. But all Fabic had to do was get the ball in play there to get an RBI, and that's what he did.
Bouncing ball over by the base at second. Zion Avery was at the plate. Ground out to second base again. All outs have been going to second base in this inning, but the Copperheads make a run out of it. Sebastian Fabic, RBI ground out, drives in Lucas Nasanti, and this game is tied at 1 as we head to the top of the second inning. Locos Copperheads knotted up at 1. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder Fuller &
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Top of the second inning, ball game tied at 1 between the Lima Locos and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads did not have a hit in the bottom of the first, but they scored a run as Lucas Nasanti was walked, reached second base on a pass ball, went to third on a ground out from Reese Trahey, and then a ground out from Sebastian Fabic for an RBI. Second baseman Hedgens was playing back, and that allowed the run to score, as it'll be bottom third of the lineup for the Lima Locos. Trevor Hatton, Jacob Pennington, and Xavier Hedgens. His first pitch swinging is Trevor Hatton. Flies it into foul territory behind the press box. 0-1. But for Thomas Cesaro, in his last outing on the mound, was his shortest outing in a start. Only went 4 innings, allowed 8 runs. 5 were earned, as now a ground ball through the hole and back into left field. Daniel Cruz tried to pull the Derek Jeter throw, unable to do so, as it's a leadoff single for the Lima Locos in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate one. It was a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, and Haddon just stuck his bat out and rolled over it, but it went right in between third and short in the hole, too deep for Cruzio to make the throw in time on to first. So a little unlucky there to start out the inning.
Trevor Hatton picking up another hit this year. He batted .277, has 19 hits now. As a check over to Hatton on first, almost in time. Was not called out by the field umpire, Philip Andy McPherson. I believe first time we're seeing McPherson in the rotation as a first pitch into the batter. Jacob Pennington's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. For Pennington, .250 batter. 15 hits and 60 at-bats is another check over from Cesaro. Over to Hatton on first. Zion Avery plays with the ball a little bit, tries to get him to go, but then eventually throws it back to Cesaro on the mound. Pennington, 8 runs scored as he takes a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. For Hatton, he is 3 for 3 in stolen bases. Cesaro keeping him close as the 1-1 is a ground ball, could be 2. Second baseman Trahey to Daniel Cruz at short, and then over to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play erases the leadoff single, and now there are 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
A nice job there from Cesaro, as he's pretty much been a ground ball pitcher all season long. Lets the guys put the ball in play, lets the defense make plays for him. That one just gets rolled over to the second baseman Trey. Easy flip on the Cruz, and Cruz finished it off. So a nice 4-6-3 to erase that leadoff base runner.
For Jacob Pennington, that's his second double play grounded into on the year, as there are 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. First pitch missed for a ball to Xavier Hedgens. For Hedgens, pretty good batting average, .360, as he bangs one past the diving third baseman Glass and into left field for a base hit. 2 hits in the inning, only 1 base runner on base. Double play erased Trevor Hatton, and now there's a runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the second, as the top of the lineup comes back around. Randon Jernigan.
Yeah, Locos are having a lot more success off Cesaro right now than they did off Iverson yesterday. It's already approaching the amount of hits that they had in the ball game last night. Just seeing something from Cesaro that they like. They're putting the ball in play and finding holes.
Well, in yesterday's game, things didn't really get interesting until the top of the ninth, where the Lima Locos scored 3 runs as a fastball missed low and away, and then a fastball hits the outside corner to the batter, Randon Jernigan. 1-1 count. With 3 runs in the top of the ninth. As there's a Copperhead 6-5 lead as a fly ball over out into right field, taken on a hop by the right fielder Johnson. It's back-to-back singles against Thomas Cesaro here in the top of the second inning, as they now have 6 hits, the Lima Locos do. No hits for the Copperheads, but it's a tied score, 1-1, as Cesaro only needs 1 more out to get out of the top of the second, send the Copperheads bats back to the plate.
Yeah, the Locos so far have had no issue going with where Cesaro is pitching. He's throwing a lot on the outside part of the plate to the righties, and a lot of them are shooting the ball the other way into right field.
To Randon Jernigan with a single, and now a fly ball in foul territory over near the dugout for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Takes a bounce on the first stare. Would have been a difficult play for the catcher Scott Combs and the third baseman Tanner Glass to try and make a catch. When they let it bounce, probably wisely so, don't need an injury. 0-1 the count to Lavoisier Fisher.
Well, it's tough over there down by the dugout without there being any kind of bar or anything in front of the dugout to judge where you are to the stairs. So it's just kind of leaned over, but it just gets down on the first step. But as you mentioned, don't want to step in there and fall down the stairs, risk an injury.
0-1 breaking ball, misses low and inside, brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. Runners are on first and second base here in the top of the second inning. 6 hits for the Lima Locos, only 1 run, as Thomas Cesaro looked to get out of this inning unscathed. Cesaro's 1-1 pitch, line drive out into right field. This one will fall down for a base hit and potentially an RBI. Rounding third and heading for home is Xavier Hedgens. He does score. The throw goes to third. And on the move to second base is Lavoisier Fisher. It's 3 singles in a row off of Thomas Cesaro. Another run comes in to score. It's now the Lima Locos 2, the Southern Ohio Copperheads 1.
Yeah, you can't hang a breaking ball in that situation, and that's where what Cesaro did. Left it a little bit up. I'm sure Fisher's eyes lit up in that box. He roped it out in the right center field. Nice job by Johnson cutting it off, keeping it from going to the wall.
First pitch to the 3-batter Nick Colina. Misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Colina again batting .357 coming into the day as he takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. 1 ball and a strike with 2 outs. Runners on second and third, almost identical to what it was in the top of the first inning. Well, now here we are in the top of the second as a fastball is flied out towards left field and out of play. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Cesaro looking to only give up the 1 run as he's ahead on the count. Try for his first strikeout. The 1-2 taken in the turf. Count is even at 2-2. The check down to the field umpire Philip McPherson says he did not go around. So Nick Colina stays alive at the plate, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield is back, outfield straight away. As a 2-2 pitch is taken high and outside. Cesaro now has the count full to Nick Colina, who had a single his last time up. Colina reached third, did not score. When the RBI came off of the guy on deck, Tyler Tolve has a 3-2 pitch, line drive out into left field. That gets down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Randon Jernigan. Holding off at third is Lavoisier Fisher. And now it's back-to-back RBI singles for Nick Colina and Lavoisier Fisher. Fisher's on third base. At first is Colina with his first RBI of the day. And the Lima Locos extend their lead by 2. It's now the Lima Locos 3, the Southern Ohio Copperheads 1.
Yep, just some real impressive hitting right now. No extra base hits, but just hitting the ball hard in front of the outfielder's line drives all over Cesaro right now.
Swing and miss from Tyler Tolve. Brings the count to 0-1. Runners at the corners here in the top of the second inning. Copperheads trailing 3-1. RBI singles from Nick Colina and Tyler Tolve and Lavoisier Fisher. As Tyler Tolve is at the plate, swings and misses at the off-speed offering high in the zone. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cesaro trying to get out of it. From the stretch, Cesaro's pitch. It's a pop fly towards the left side into the infield. Daniel Cruz eyes it up, makes one-hand grab, and retires aside. Not before the Lima Locos take the lead here in the top of the second inning. RBI singles Nick Colina and Lavoisier Fisher as the Lima Locos now lead 3-1 as we head into the home half of the second. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your...
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
8 hits already for the Lima Locos as we're here in the bottom of the second inning. 3 in the top of the first, followed by a couple in the top of the second. Can't do quick math, but Southern Ohio Copperheads find themselves down 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Scott Combs just come to the plate for the first time today. This will be Scott Combs, Tanner Glass, and Tanner Johnson. First pitch from Kevin Miranda is taken in for a called strike. 0-1. Scott Combs batting .318, has 14 hits and 44 at-bats. From the windup, Miranda's pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 6 runs scored for Scott Combs, has 10 RBIs. On the 1 extra base hit for a double as he swings and misses at the fastball offering from Kevin Miranda. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miranda's 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled off towards the right side. Scott Combs stays alive at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defensive alignment for the Lima Locos. Hatton in left, Jernigan in center, Fisher in right. Sweet at third, Smith at short. As a 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout in the game for either side. As Scott Combs goes down swinging, and Tanner Glass will now stand in.
That was a nasty 2-strike pitch there from Miranda. A little breaking ball just started the outside part and just dipped away from Combs. Got him way out in front and off balance.
Tanner Glass now batting. For Glass, .233 average as he swings and punches 1 foul towards the right side and out of play. Over near the ticketing tent for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, main gate for the athletic facilities here at Bob Brand Stadium.
Giving out free candy today for Halloween
Really?
night. Yeah, that's what I heard.
0-1 pitch taken on the outside corner, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. There's Tanner Glass looking for his 8th hit of the year. 7 hits and 30 at-bats as the 0-2 pitch from Miranda taken outside, right where the catcher's glove toe was placed. But that was placed outside. Correctly called a ball by Daniel Beasley, the home plate umpire. As a 1-2 pitch from Kevin Miranda is a breaking ball that breaks a bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. For Tanner Glass, has been hit by a pitch 6 times. As a 2-2 from Miranda is swung on, ground ball bouncing up the middle behind second base. The second baseman Hedgens has it. The throw is in time. Close play over at first. As Tanner Glass is retired on the 4-3 putouts. Michael Blatchford, the first base coach for the Copperheads, talking with Philip Andy McPherson, and running over is Austin Dunphy, the manager and third base coach.
It's definitely a bang-bang play. It was good, great show of range by Hedgens to get up the middle on that ball. It was a slow roller, makes the throw, bounced, as it looked like maybe Glass's foot might have hit before the ball got into the back of the glove of the first baseman. But a real close play there at first.
Yeah, Pennington did make a nice pick in the ground from the throw from the second baseman Hedgens. But the arguing will be for naught. Austin Dunphy will take a walkover back towards third. And now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, Tanner Johnson will come to the plate. Johnson, a new batter for the Copperheads. First game was yesterday. Now Johnson 1 for 3 on the season. Easy math, 333. First pitch swinging, fouling it off towards the right side and out of play. Well, Johnson comes in to replace Ben Rushing. Rushing had a injury as the 0-1 pitch misses outside from Miranda. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Ben Rushing no longer on the active roster for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Taking his number is Tanner Johnson as he bats here with a 1-1 count. He swings and flies one off towards the right side and out of play. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here on the bottom of the second inning. Lima Locos 3-1, scoring 2 runs in the top of the second and 1 in the first. From the windup, Kevin Miranda's ready. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. The ball must be thrown, or no, it must not. Deceiving gesture from Daniel Beasley. Thought he had to throw it down to first, but he did not. It's a strikeout swinging for Tanner Johnson as the bottom of the second has come to a close. Top of the third coming up next. Lima Locos leading 3-1 over the Southern Ohio Copperheads here at Bob Brand Stadium. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
3-1 lead for the Lima Locos here in the top of the third inning. 8 hits already for the Locos, none for the Copperheads. They did score a run off of Lucas DeSanti, who led off to walk and come around to score an RBI ground out from Sebastian Fabic. Batting for the second time today is Ryan Smith. He grounded out to first, unassisted by Zion Avery, as he swings and misses at the first pitch offering from Thomas Cesaro, 0-1. Now through 2 innings, 1 through 4 have already batted twice, as the 0-1 ground ball up the middle, taken on a bounce by Daniel Cruz, running behind the bag and thrown at first in time for the outs. Smooth play from Daniel Cruz, the shortstop, as there's 1 out here in the top of the third inning.
And that's a smooth play from Daniel Cruz, as you just said, something we've grown accustomed to, but you saw Cesaro mixing it up there, leading off with an off-speed pitch and then going fastball, trying to do anything to throw these Locos batters off, who've been pretty much on him through these first 2 innings. They've been hitting the ball hard to all fields. So just trying to mix it up a little bit, throw these hitters off, because it's a good hitting team, as we mentioned. Came into the series first in the league in batting average.
First pitch is outside on the corner for Zach Sweet, 0-1. You have to wonder what pitching adjustments Austin Dunphy is advising Thomas Cesaro to make, as the 0-1 ground ball over towards third, taken on a hop by Glass. The throw is in time for the second out. Another bang-bang play. This one goes in favor for the Copperheads, as now there are 2 outs here in the top of the third inning.
The first time we're seeing Tanner Glass play third this year. He looked pretty good on that one. Fielded the ball, no problem. Strong throw to first just to get Sweet by a half step at first base.
The only adjustment from Ben Rushing playing third and Tanner Glass. Rushing kind of ran in on the ball, gave himself a little bit more time to throw over across the diamond as the first pitch. Another ground ball over to Daniel Cruz. He has it. The throw over and in time. Over at first for the third and final out here in the top of the third. First 1-2-3 inning for Thomas Cesaro as we head to the home half of the third inning. Copperheads trail by 2. It's the Lima Locos 3, Southern Ohio Copperheads 1. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package.
My name is Chris Gambit from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Copperheads batting here in the bottom of the third inning. As it'll be Carter Cross, Daniel Cruz, and back to the top. Copperheads trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the third at Bob Wrenn Stadium. As Lima Locos put up 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and then were blanked by Thomas Cesaro in the third. Kevin Miranda from the windup. First pitch is a curveball that breaks in for a called strike to Carter Cross. 0-1. For Carter Cross, batting .194, has 6 hits and 31 at-bats, 5 runs scored, a double, a triple, knocked in 4 RBIs, has also walked 4 times. Has not been hit by a pitch yet this season, has struck out 6 times, has the fastball in for a called strike. Another strikeout threat here as the count is at no balls and 2 strikes with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, I got to be watching out for that breaking ball. He showed it, glimpses of it last inning. It was a nasty pitch.
Swing and foul back to the netting and off towards the first base coach, Michael Blatchford. Caromed over there. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch taken down in the turf. First ball in the count, 1-2. Other games going on in the GLSEL. The Steam and the Monarchs going at it. Clippers and Scouts as a off-speed pitch misses low. Brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've got today's game, Locos and Copperheads. Licking County will have a game against the Galleon Graders, and St. Clair and Richmond Jazz swinging a foul back to the screen. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grand Lake Mariners and the Hamilton Joes are also going at it a little bit later today. But the Cincinnati Steam beat the Michigan Monarchs 5-4. As now is swinging a bouncing ball over towards the left side. Shortstop cuts off Sweet, the third baseman, and the throw is not in time. It's an infield single for Carter Cross. Copperheads get their first hit here in the bottom of the third inning. It's a leadoff single from Carter Cross.
That was a high chopper out towards short Ryan Smith. You saw a very strong throw on the first, but Cross just too fast down the line. And not a lot of hard contact for the Copperheads so far, but they get their first hit on that one. Maybe they could start to time up Miranda a little bit better here. He's kept him off balance through the first few innings.
Daniel Cruz through the early half of the season was batting near .350, has cooled off as of late as the first pitch is in the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Batting .283 right now for Daniel Cruz. 15 hits and 53 at-bats. Scored 12 runs, 4 doubles and a homer. As the 1-0 is taken for a ball high. So now the count has gone 1 ball and 1 strike. 13 RBIs for Cruz. Late season addition for the Copperheads. So the RBI production has been there as the 1-1 fly ball out into shallow left center field. Ranging over into left center is a center fielder, Jernigan, to make the catch. First out made here in the bottom of the third inning. Lima Locos 3, Southern Ohio Copperheads 1. As Daniel Cruz is retired for the first out here in the bottom of the third, and Lucas Nasanti comes back to the plate. Nasanti responsible for the only run scored in today's game. He walked and came around to score from an RBI groundout by Sebastian Famick. Second time going through the order for Kevin Miranda is now a ground ball over towards the right side. Taking on the run is the second baseman Hedgens. He goes to first in time for the out, but moving from first to second is Carter Cross, and now there's a runner in scoring position for Reese Trahey for the second time in today's game.
Well, Edmonds seen a lot of action out there at second base so far. No real chance at 2 as that ball took him away from the second base bag. And he had no shot to get Cross, so he just takes the out at first base. The runner moves in scoring position. Maybe Trahey can pick up a base hit, get one of these runs back, cut the deficit down to 1.
Trahey grounded out to second in his first time up. Miranda looks back over to Carter Cross on second base. Now to the plate. A curveball misses high and inside. 1-0. But for the Copperheads, trying to battle in today's game, find themselves within a half game on the lead for the Southern Division. As stepping off the mound is Kevin Miranda. One-0 pitch to Reese Trahey, misses low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, it's the Licking County Settlers followed by the Cincinnati Steam. Then the Hamilton Joes and Southern Ohio Copperheads. That's your top 4 in the Southern Division. As now the 2-0 pitch is a ground ball, and it might get through the hole. It does, all the way out into right field. Rounding third and heading for home is Carter Cross. The ball gets behind the outfielder Fisher. Going all the way to third base is Reese Trahey. It's an RBI single for Reese Trahey. He knocks in Carter Cross. And now the Copperheads are within 1 here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, Trey did just enough to pull that in between first and second base and get it by the second baseman Hedges all the way out into right field as Cross is coming in to score regardless, but the right fielder mishandles it, rolls almost all the way back to the wall. Lucky that Trey only stopped at third base. But nice piece of hitting there for Trey. 3-2 score now.
First pitch on the way to Sebastian Fabic. He fouls it off towards the right side and out of play. Ball bounces all the way back to OSF, the Ohio softball fields. 0-1 the count to Fabic, who grounded out to third, had an RBI. As now he swings and flies one out towards right field, slashing towards the bullpen, and this one goes over the bullpen and over near the bricks again over at the Ohio softball fields. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, runner on third base here in the bottom of the third inning. Copperheads scoring 1 on an RBI single from Reese Trahey. Knocked in Carter Cross, who reached on a single. First 2 hits in the game for the Copperheads. As now the 0-2 pitch delivered to Sebastian Fabic, staying alive at the plate. And a little ground ball over up the third base line. Austin Dunphy throws it back to the dugout. Count remains at 0 balls and 2 strikes.
Fabic just staying back enough to get a piece of that curveball.
0-2 count, the pitch in from the pitcher Miranda. Line drive out into right field and down for a base hit. Sebastian Fabic picks up RBI number 21 on the season. And it ties the game here at Bob Wren Stadium. It's a Southern Ohio Copperheads 3, the Lima Locos 3. And again with 2 outs, Copperheads find a way to get the runner in. Tie the ball game at 3, and Zion Avery will bat here in the bottom of the third.
Well, that's just Fabic not trying to do too much. Have we seen all season? Gets a fastball on the outside part of the plate, and he just sticks his bat head out there, able to line it out into right field. Easy trot home for Trey. Ball game tied now.
On the move, Sebastian Fabic. He'll take second base with the stolen base. For Fabic, his 6th stolen base of the year.
Yeah, and he stole that one off the pitcher because took off right as soon as he got his motion. Had a great jump, not even a chance at throwing him out for the catcher Tolv.
Fabic 2 RBIs in today's game. RBIs number 20 and 21. As Zion Avery at the plate. First pitch was a ball that was thrown down to, well, not thrown down to second. It was a stolen base by Fabic. Second pitch, a breaking ball in for a called strike. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position for Zion Avery. As a 1-1 from Miranda taken outside. 2 balls and a strike. Second baseman Hedgens is holding on Fabic at second. There's a wide hole in the right side for Zion Avery as Hedgens now moves back into position. Fabic dances at second. The pitch in to Avery. Misses low. 3 balls and a strike. Sebastian Fabic getting in the mind of the starter for the Lima Locos, Kevin Miranda. Long hold on the mound by Miranda. Zion Avery, 275 coming into the day, is a 3-1. A ground ball over towards a diving third baseman, Sweet. He gets up, and the throw is a little offline. Goes up the first baseline towards home plate. And it'll be an error charged to the third baseman, Sweet. Runners are on first and second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Copperheads have tied up the game at 3 apiece, and batting will be Scott Combs, the catcher.
Well, it's going to be a tough error to take because he made an awesome play keeping the ball in the infield, knocking it down, but he got up to his feet, had plenty of time to make the throw, and just pulls Pennington way off the bag at first base.
With the ground ball over towards the left side, Sebastian Famick did not advance to third, so it's first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Catcher Tolv went out to his starter, Kevin Miranda, tried to calm him down a little bit. But Miranda from Panama, 5'9", 150 pounds. 2-0, 1.20 ERA. As now the first pitch into Scott Combs, misses low and inside for a ball. Last outing for Kevin Miranda. Just went 1 1/3 against the Richmond Jazz in a winning effort. Had a strikeout and nothing more. As a 1-0 is on the way, misses outside and a bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Longest outing for Kevin Miranda was 4 1/3 against the Galleon Graders in a 13-12 victory. So the Graders, even though their record might be well below 500, they still battle in every game, as now swinging a foul ball off towards the right side and out of play, 2-1.
Yeah, and even when we were there, something I noticed is that even though with the record they had, they were still involved with the game. Even when we were up on them 11-0 and they battled back and won, they're always up cheering. And
well, we missed the fire towards the end of the game. Would have been exciting to broadcast a couple of the final innings, a little chirping back and forth between the teams as a 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball that hits the outside corner of the strike zone. Count is even at 2-2 with runners on first and second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Copperheads 3, Lima Locos 3. Copperheads 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Locos 3 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. Scott Combs asked for time behind the plate. Daniel Bleasley grants it. As we'll hold on a little bit longer for the 2-2 pitch. Kevin Miranda from the stretch looks back to second, now to the plate. The 2-2 is a shallow line drive out into center field, but finds the glove of the center fielder Jernigan. And the final out is made here in the bottom of the 3rd, but not before the Southern Ohio Copperheads tack on 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's the Copperheads 2, the Lima Locos 2. We'll throw to Joey Medor for the play-by-play as we enter into the top of the 4th. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
the Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594.
I'm Sam Worsing. I'm from Wright State. I'm listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 4th inning as a tie ball game now between the Locos and the Copperheads at 3, as it was a 3-1 Locos lead heading into the bottom of the 3rd. The Copperheads added on 2 runs and knocked the ball game up as Thomas Cesaro, well, he got touched up his first couple innings, 3 runs off 8 hits, but a 3-up, 3-down inning his last time out as the first pitch in to Jacob Pennington is fouled away for a strike, 0-1. as it took Cesaro just 5 pitches to get through the top of the third with 3 ground ball outs, as the 0-1 pitch is now popped up into shallow center field. Backing up is Daniel Cruz. He will call off the left and center fielder and make the catch a couple steps into the outfield grass. And another quick out for Cesaro. Just 2 pitches to retire Pennington. 1 away now in the top of the 4th.
Cesaro's getting back into form. Struggled against the St. Clair Green Giants in his last outing. Struggled a little bit in the first and second, but now he's kind of found his pitch again, getting his ground ball outs, getting the fly outs. Strikeouts really aren't Cesaro's game, just pitching through it and getting outs.
Well, the first pitch in the Hedges is taken high and away for a ball, 1-0.
More of a location pitcher.
Absolutely. Also notice he's starting to mix in his other pitches earlier in counts rather than just sticking to the fastball. And that's been effective for him. That's a breaking ball that catches at the knees for a strike. 1-1 to Xavier Hedges. Hedges singled and came around to score in his last at-bat. Started a 2-out rally for the Locos in that second inning, as 1-1 pitch is cut on a miss by Hedges. Had him out in front of it, and now Cesaro up in the count 1-2. Cesaro coming set at the belt, working out of the stretch as he always does. The 1-2 pitch swung on and lined out into center field, and that ball is going to drop for a base hit. Coming in is Nasanti. He fields it, throws it back into the infield. But 2 for 2 day for Hedges in his first 2 at-bats, and he's on base with a 1-out single. Hedges just kind of reached his bat out and poked that one out in the center field on the pitch on the outside corner. Now the lineup turns over to Randon Jernigan.
Cesaro, when he's ahead of the count, has to figure out a way to put away these Lima Loco batters.
First pitch in the leadoff man, Jernigan. It fouls it off his foot in the batter's box. And it'll be an 0-1 count as he'll hobble around a little bit, trying to walk it off. But that's now the 9th hit for the Locos in just the 4th inning, already surpassing the amount of hits they had in the ball game last night when the Copperheads beat them 6-5 to take the first of the 2-game series. As this being the final series, final game of the series, pickoff attempt from Cesaro to Avery. Back in standing as Hedges, no problem. As not a big lead over there, but Cesaro just keeping an eye on him. As the 0-1 pitch squaring the bunt is Jernigan. He pulls it back, pitch taken low for a ball, 1-1.
Well, it'll get interesting after this series. Off on Monday, and then all remaining games in the regular season against Southern Division foes.
As the 1-1 pitch from Cesaro is swung on and fouled down the first base, back over the first base dugout, well out of play, and Cesaro finds himself up in the count 1-2 with 1 away in the inning. Tie ball game at 3 between these two clubs.
Copperheads only won 1 series against the Southern Division first time around. Beat the Cincinnati Steam 2 out of 3, but lost to the Settlers, lost to the Jazz, and got swept by the Hamilton Joes.
And they were 4-8, but ever since interleague play, they've been running through the North Division. Only 2 losses, as they took 2 from the Galleon Graders, 2 from the Michigan Monarchs, 1 from the Grand Lake Mariners, as the other was canceled, but they took 2 from the Clippers, lost 2 to the Green Giants. Now they've taken the first one against the Locos, as that breaking ball on the 1-2 pitch stays up and in to Jernigan, evens up the count at 2.
Anytime you win 8 of your last 10 games, you know you're doing something right.
As they've won the last 3, looking to make a 4 in a row here today. The 2-2 pitch into Jernigan is grounded, foul down the third base line. Tanner Glass will touch it. Just a few steps in foul territory over at third. But Jernigan will see another 2-2 pitch.
In between there, when Thomas Cesaro went back to the dugout, I wonder if he has like a blister or something on his hand. He was looking at the glove or he was looking at the hand. I couldn't tell from up here.
Cesaro gets a sign from the catcher, Scott Combs. Runner leads off first with 1 out. The 2-2 pitch swung on, broken bat out to short. Daniel Cruz won't have enough time to get 2. He throws on the first, not in time. As the bat shatters at the plate for Randon Jernigan. So it was slowly hit. Cruz had to charge in as he was playing back, unable to get the runner at second. Tried to get the runner at first, but Jernigan too quick down the line. and he'll be safe with the infield single.
That's just an unfortunate infield single. The broken bat slowed down the ball. It was almost like a swinging bunt over towards short, and Daniel Cruz really couldn't get it in time.
So with that, runners on first and second now with one out. Lavoisier Fisher comes in 2 for 2 on the ball game. First pitch into him, catches the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Fisher, couple of singles as the Locos have 10 hits, none of them being extra base hits, though all singles. But Fisher had an RBI single in his last at-bat that scored Randon Jernigan. As the pitch now is chopped out to second base, no chance at 2. The flip on to first from the second baseman, Trahey, will be in time to record the second out of the inning. Both runners move up to second and third on the ground out. But now Cesaro an out away from keeping this score tied.
Well, for Cesaro, he faced 1 out, runners on second and third in the first. Had 2 outs with second and third in the second, and then was able to go 1, 2, 3 in the third. Well, this is the territory where it got a little dangerous, a little dicey for him.
So trying to keep this game tied. First pitch into the 3-man. Nick Kalina, the DH, is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. As that was the first time, or excuse me, the second time through the first 3 times that one of the top 3 batters was retired, as they're having a lot of success off Cesaro. As the 1-0 pitch, though, went for the backdoor slider, but it stays outside, 2-0. As Cesaro, here comes a 2-0 pitch in the Kalina. That one will also miss outside, 3-0. First base is open, so maybe trying to work around Kalina as he has not been retired by Cesaro yet. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Here comes a 3-0 pitch. That one will catch at the knees on the outside corner for a strike, 3-1. Looks like Cesaro doesn't want to give Kalina anything to hit here in this at-bat.
He's got a base open.
The 3-1 misses high and outside for a ball, and that's what he'll do. He'll put Kalina on first base. The first walk issued by Cesaro. Bases are loaded now. Still 2 outs. Tyler Tolve will dig in. Tolve is 1 for 2. Had an RBI single for the game's first run back in the first, and then popped out to short his last time up. But now leads the team in RBIs with 20, including the one he picked up in the first inning. He tries to put the Locos back on top. 3-3 score. First pitch into him is a called strike by Daniel Beasley on the outside corner, 0-1. As the 0-1 pitch from Cesaro, thought he hit the same spot, but just a little further outside this time around. It'll be a 1-1 count now. But it's a 3-3 score with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Thomas Cesaro trying to keep the score tied as the Copperheads scored 2 in the bottom of the 3rd and knotted up at 3. The 1-1 pitch misses low and outside for a ball. And now Tolve is up in the count, 2-1.
Well, you really have to pick your poison between Tolve and Kalina. Kalina came into the day with a 357 average. Tolve already has an RBI today, but has a 297, so I guess you take the 290 over the 350.
2-1 pitch, took something off it, got Tolve out in front of it. He fouls it back into the screen, and that'll even up the count at 2. So Cesaro's seen a lot of traffic so far in this ball game, trying to blank the Locos for the 2nd straight inning. Here comes a 2-2 pitch into Tyler Tolve. It will miss outside for a ball. Now I'll run the count full, and now all the runners will be in motion on the pitch with 2 away and a full count.
Well, Cesaro's only got 1 pitch that he can throw. He's got to be a strike. Cannot walk Tyler Tolve in this situation.
The full count pitch. Runners take off. Tolve lines it towards the shortstop, but it gets out into left field. 1 run scores. Here comes a 2nd run. The throw will not be in time from Carter Cross. And it's a base hit for Tyler Tolve. RBIs 2 and 3 for him on the ball game. 21 and 22 on the season. The Locos are back on top. It's 5-3 in the top of the 4th.
Well, Copperheads almost caught a break as the ball was headed towards Randon Jernigan, who was on second at the time. And Jernigan almost got hit by the ball on the line drive.
First pitch was a ball into Ryan Smith as there's still runners on first and second with 2 outs. So the Locos now lead it 5-3. They answer the Copperheads 2 runs in the bottom of the third, play 2 of their own in the top of the fourth as the 1-0 into Ryan Smith is an off-speed pitch, misses low, 2-0. But Cesaro trying to limit the damage now. Yeah, it's a 2-0 pitch into Ryan Smith, is swung on and fouled down the first base line. And will roll out into shallow right field. Be a 2-1 count now to Ryan Smith. But a lot of clutch 2-out hitting for the Locos in this game as they've now scored 4 of their 5 runs with 2 away in the inning. As a 2-1 pitch from Cesaro will miss, actually catch on the inside corner for a strike. Ryan Smith thought it was inside, but it'll be a 2-2 count now. 2 away in the inning, 2 runs already home, and 2 runners still out on base. As a 2-2-2 from Cesaro, runner goes towards third, but Scott Combs unable to get the throw off. So now runners on the corners as the pitch missed for a ball, be a full count.
Like you pointed out, Tanner Glass, this is his first time playing third base, and it looks like there will be batter's interference. As moving back over to second base is Nick Colina.
Well, that's interesting. It looked like Ryan Smith was still in the box when Combs went to throw, if I'm not mistaken. Usually you only get the interference call if the runner steps out of the batter steps out of the batter's box when the catcher goes to throw. But the ruling, runners go back, and now on the 3-2 pitch, runners were on the way, but it's a walk from Thomas Cesaro as he now takes a walk around the mound. And the infield will come in to try to calm him down as the bases will be loaded with 2 away. Cesaro trying to get through this 4th inning.
Well, he's already given up 2 runs here in the inning. Bases are loaded, so can't really afford to give up any more. Copperheads bats are well equipped to continue to produce runs in this game, especially off of the pitcher Kevin Miranda, who's making his first start of the season. So Copperheads, they've been getting some hits, only 3, but they're producing runs with their limited amount of at-bats. I'll have to try to pick up Cesaro as long as he can get out of this inning here.
Well, no stirring yet in the Copperheads bullpen. Doesn't appear anybody's warming up. So Cesaro is going to be the guy they stick with. First pitch into Zach Sweet is fouled away over the first base dugout. 0-1. Sweet, one of the few Locos in the game so far without a hit. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. 1 to second and 1 to third in his first 2 ABs. But has an RBI opportunity here. With the bases loaded, 5-3 Locos. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It is popped foul, heading towards first base as Avery and the right fielder Johnson both ran over, but both run out of room. But Cesaro now way ahead in the count, 0-2 on Sweet. Trying to get in the dugout and let the Copperheads bats go back to work. And Cesaro with a long look in at Combs, gets the sign he wants. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It is lined out in between first and second. 1 run is in. Here comes a second run and 2 more 2-out RBIs for the Locos. It's now 7-3. As another good display of 2-out, 2-strike hitting for the Locos. As Sweet just lined that one in between first and second. And with the runners going on the pitch, 2 more able to come in to score, 7-3 with 2 away.
And just a hard ground ball through the hole on the right side. Zach Sweet doing a job for the Lima Locos.
So still runners on first and second as all 4 of the runs this inning have come with 2 outs. And now that one is popped up into shallow right center field. Backing up is the second baseman, Reese Trahey. He will make the catch. And the bleeding has finally stopped, but not before the Locos score 4 runs to push the lead out to 7-3. As the Copperheads will look to answer in the bottom of the 4th and get the bats going again. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands, Budweiser and Yingling.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Copperheads got some work to do as they trail 7-3 to the Lima Locos. As it will be Tanner Glass, Tanner Johnson, and Carter Cross all due up this inning for the Copperheads as Miranda stays on the mound for the Locos. First pitch misses below the knees to Tanner Glass for a ball, 1-0. As the score was tied at 3 heading into the top of the fourth inning, but the Locos played 4 runs on 4 hits, all with 2 outs, to take a 7-3 lead as the 1-0 pitch misses low to Tanner Glass. He's up in the count now, 2-0. As the pitch from Miranda is lined out into left field, should be playable for the left fielder. He takes a few steps in and makes the catch on the run to retire Tanner Glass for the first out of the inning.
There's no wind here at Bob Brent Stadium. Ball looked to be hit hard by Tanner Glass, just didn't get the distance.
So with that, Tanner Johnson will dig in his second game with the team, as he struck you out in his last at-bat, picked up his first hit and first RBI in the ball game last night. First pitch into him from Miranda, swung on, and lazy fly ball out in the right center field. The right fielder takes a couple steps to his right, makes the catch. That is Fisher out there in right field, and quickly 2 down for the Copperheads in the bottom of the fourth, as now Carter Cross digs in. Carter Cross had an infield single to short his last time up and came around to score, which was then the Copperheads' second run of the game. First pitch into him, swung and fouled over the netting at first base. And it'll be an 0-1 count to Cross. As Miranda back up on the rubber, the 0-1 off-speed pitch stays high for a ball, 1-1. As now the 1-1 pitch into Carter Cross will miss just inside. Off the inside part of the plate, it will be a 2-1 count. But Miranda making his first start on the season as he hails from Panama. Goes to Clarendon College. It's 2-1 pitch, ground out to third, diving, stopped by the third baseman, back up on his feet to throw, bounces into the first baseman, Pennington, he can't handle it. And it should be an error slapped on the first baseman, Sweet, as it is officially ruled that on the board. Third error for the Locos in this game. Second one on the third baseman, Sweet, as he made a nice diving play in the hole, but unable to make the throw in time, and it'll be a 2-out base runner.
Yeah, Sweet. A couple nice plays over at third. Diving, leaving his feet, keeping the ball in the infield, but just has to work on the throw.
So now Daniel Cruz digs in, and he swings the first pitch, pops it up into shallow right field, backing up to second baseman Hedges. He will make the catch on the run. On the back pedal, as Cruz is frustrated, slams his helmet down, but he is retired for the final out of the fourth inning. So despite the 2-out base runner, Copperheads can't do anything with it. We go into the top of the fifth. 7-3, the Locos lead the Copperheads. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieOs.com, Instagram.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the fifth inning here at Bob Bren Stadium on the campus of Ohio University, where the Lima Locos hold a 4-run lead. It's 7-3 in favor of the Locos. Joining me here for 5 and 6, or however long he wants to join me, Chris Gambert, making his way back on the broadcast. Chris, welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Line drive out into right field, ranging over is our right fielder Johnson. Makes a catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Thomas Cesaro here in the top of the fifth inning. But I heard you were with Joe Medora yesterday. Unfortunately, after driving 8 hours last night, just kind of took a nap after the game ended.
Yeah.
But heard you did well.
I tried to. I got the opportunity to come up here and work with Joey last night. It was a blast. So I figured I'd come back up here and try it again. Why not?
Cesaro pitching here in the top of the fifth inning. Copperheads down by 4, 7-3 for the Lima Locos as the first pitch is in for a called strike to Xavier Hedgens. Hedgens 2 for 2 on the day. Both come around to score a run. Well, Chris, this is a different Thomas Cesaro than we've seen earlier on in the year as a bouncing ball over towards the left side and out of play over near the Copperheads bullpen. Have you noticed anything different in Cesaro's delivery?
Not really. We're facing a good lineup here today in Lima. Top hitting team in the league, really. They hit well last night too, and Cesaro's got some good stuff, but really his plus stuff is around the zone. He likes to fill up his zone a lot and really go right at hitters. And when you have a good hitting offense, as he slaps a double right down the line.
Line drive out into right field, throw in by Johnson. It's a 1-out double for Xavier Hedgens here on the top of the fifth inning.
When you have a pitcher like Tom that likes to fill up everything and really try to go after hitters and fill the plate up a lot, you run the risk of something like this with a good hitting team that's really aggressive. I've noticed early in the game they've been really aggressive early in the count. So early on in the game when they put up that 2 spot in the second inning, they're probably getting a lot of fastballs early in the count. Give them something easy to hit and just really drive her through the whole park. So when you got a good offensive team like this, it helps when you have a guy like Tom on the mound that fills it up, and they've just been feasting off it. And, as a pitcher, you don't really know what to do from that. You got guys that are banging you around the whole park. It's hard to, figure out how to get them off timing and everything.
As he's on the mound now, looks like the athletic trainer is out there joining Coach Austin Dunphy. Notice something going on with his hands.
I haven't noticed. I haven't really noticed. I'll be honest. I don't know what this is about at all.
He did walk back to the dugout earlier in today's game, and it looked like he was either looking at his hand, might have been a blister or something. I can't tell from up here.
Yeah, well, depending on the pitcher's grips and their fingers, a lot of times depending on pitches, I've played with plenty of pitchers, they'll throw a changeup funky or a curveball funky to where, if they repeatedly throw it, like, he's probably had, 20, 30 innings already this summer, when you're throwing that much, you're wearing the skin down, you can get some blisters and every once in a while. So depending on pitchers' deliveries and their pitch types, you can really wear down the finger skin. Especially around the fingernail area, you can really cause some blisters. And, obviously in the media, they like to wear guys out about missing starts because of, blisters or whatnot. But it can be really aggravating as a pitching trying to throw on some, a hand that's really bothering them or a finger. It looks like that's the issue is we're going to the pen here to bring Nick Kaiser out.
Yeah, Austin Dunphy going to the pen. Nick Kaiser coming out as Dunphy just motioned down. So for Thomas Cesaro, this will be his second shortest start of the year. Goes 4 1/3 here in the top of the 5th inning. Runner on second base, nobody around to score, but the Lima Locos hold a 7-3 lead. Joined by Chris Gambert. We won't go to break, as it's not every day we get someone like Chris Gambert up here in the booth. But Chris, Nick Kaiser, caught him a couple times this season. What does he have and brings to this bullpen team?
He's got a little cut piece, a little cutter that he likes to throw a whole lot. He's got a good breaking ball, and he's got a changeup. He's also got a four seam, but he likes to throw his cutter a whole lot. The problem with Kaiser is when he faces a whole lot of lefties, he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff that breaks away from lefties. He's got a lot of stuff that breaks away from righties. So pitching to lefties is probably a concern for Kaiser. But he's an experienced pitcher. He knows how to attack guys like that. But he has a cutter that he really likes to throw a whole lot and really kind of relies on. And then he's got a little nice breaking ball that he can complement it with, and a changeup. So we'll see if he can come in a little different style than Tom. Probably ball moves a little bit more than Tom's does. So looking here, you're gonna be able to tell really quickly if he's either gonna get a lot of soft contact to people or he's gonna kind of get hit around, and you'll be able to tell real quick how long he's gonna stay in this game.
Final stat line for Thomas Cesaro. Goes 4 1/3, allowed 12 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned. However, the runner on second base, Xavier Hedgens, would be Thomas Cesaro should he come around to score. Has allowed 2 walks and did not strike anybody out on the Lima Locos. Nick Kaiser coming in from Shawnee State. So Nick Kaiser trying to get out of the top of the 5th inning. 1 out, top 5. Locos 7, Copperheads 3.
It's in games like this, Connor, that it really wears on a pitching staff. You got to take your starter out, and after 3 1/3, already kind of short-staffed a little bit on the summer. You're really relying a lot on your, few guys that you have in the pen. So definitely throwing Kaiser out here not only to stop the bleeding, but trying to get out of this inning, but also hey, can you get me 2 or 3 more so I can get someone else out there for 3 innings? So this is definitely a rough situation as a whole ball club, especially down 4 runs already in the 4th. Going through 4 innings, you're already down 4 runs. So you got to kind of keep it where it's at right now without it getting too out of hand.
Well, Nick Kaiser came into the game against the Galleon Graders, where the Copperheads let up 9 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Copperheads went around to score and continued to win that game 13-11, but Kaiser came in, stopped the bleeding, and pitched successfully against the Galleon Graders.
Yeah, this is a really key situation for Kaiser right here. If he can get out of this situation as Combs throws one down, try to stop the bleeding here. If Kaiser can get out of this jam right here with no earned runs, and keep kind of swing the momentum back towards the Copperheads, you can probably look for a couple runs here shortly. But it's a really pivotal point. If that runner scores from second, the energy stays with the Locos, the energy, the momentum, and everything.
Ground ball through the right side and out into the outfield. Johnson throws it in, and to catcher Scott Combs bounces out of his glove, and everybody's safe. It's a 1-out single here in the top of the 5th, with runners on second and third. 1 out. Locos 7, Copperheads 3. So Jared Kaiser sees one batter, gives up a single to Randon Johnson, advances to second on the throw. Second and third, Xavier Hedgens, the man at third. So a little bit more of a difficult situation now.
Yeah, definitely here. You got a base open here in this situation. You have the base open, so I wouldn't expect Kaiser to be very filling the zone up a whole lot. That'd be very tough to pitch as he hits a single right back up the middle.
Infield was drawn in, a single pass to Reese Trahey, the second baseman. 2 runners come in to score. So the book has officially been closed on Thomas Cesaro now. Lets up 8 runs. All of them have been earned. Only 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning with the runner on first base. It's a 2 RBI single from Lavoisier Fisher. Fisher picks up his 3rd hit of the day. 9 runs on 15 hits and 3 errors for the Lima Locos. 3 runs and 3 hits for the Southern Ohio Copperheads.
I think this just pays a testament to what Zach Iverson did last night. Really shut down the Locos offense, and then they, come around today and they really show, back up the stats that they have on paper and everything. So I think it really shows just how dominant Iverson really was last night.
And Zach Iverson, a 3rd baseman from Michigan State, didn't even really expect to pitch at all. Now he's leading the league in strikeouts. He's 3rd in ERA as a fastball from Nick Kaiser misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs already in. And a 6-run lead for the Lima Locos as they lead 9-3. Joined by Chris Gambert here on the top of the 5th. As now ground ball over towards the third baseman, Tanner Glass. He goes to second. The ball is thrown away. Off the bag was Reese Trahey. And everybody's safe. So runners on first and second base now with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Nick Kaiser has yet to get an out since entering into today's game.
He still has a double play in order, so even though that error kind of hurts and keeps the inning going, he still has a double play in order at every base, so it's not really the worst case scenario. You still got a runner in scoring position here. Definitely with a good header up, so we're definitely trying to get a ground ball here. Definitely nothing in the air.
Tyler Tolve at the plate. 2 hits today, 2 for 3, and already 3 RBIs for Tyler Tolve. Started with 19 entering today's game. Well, he's got 22 now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty strong right there.
Well, Sebastian Fabic also had 19 entering in. It's been an RBI battle between Fabic and Tolve. Fabic with 21, Tolve with 22 as a 2-0 count to Tolve at the plate. Runners on first and second here on the top of the 5th inning. 9-3 Lima Locos over the Southern Ohio Copperheads.
It's a dangerous situation here, 2-0. Definitely going to get something to hit here, just depending on how hard he hits it.
Fastball misses outside. So 3-0 count, 1 out, top 5. Nick Kaiser came into the day with a 1-0 win-loss record, a 3.90 ERA in 9 games of relief. Make this his 10th as a fastball right down the middle for a called strike, 3-1.
Another dangerous count here, 3-1. Definitely going to have to get something to hit here. He's got to field over the plate. Definitely doesn't want to walk the bases loaded here. Got to force a ball in play.
10 strikeouts to 5 walks, and 6 walks here as he walks the catcher Tyler Tolve. Bases loaded, top 5. Nick Kaiser coming into the game to replace Thomas Zazzaro. Zazzaro let up 8 runs, 2 walks, allowed 12 hits in 4 1/3 innings worked. Nick Kaiser has yet to record an out into today's game. We'll try to stop the bleeding. Only 2 runs here in the top of the 5th. But bases are loaded. Middle infield back. As the first pitch is a curveball in for a called strike to the batter, Ryan Smith. Smith today is 0 for 2 with a ground out to first and a ground out to short.
I'm going to be surprised if you see another breaking ball here. Definitely trying to get someone on the ground here, get double play. Probably going to be a breaking ball or a cutter. Breaking ball.
Breaking ball, ground ball over towards Glass at first. The throw to first is in time for the second out, but it's an RBI ground out. Scott Combs rests behind the plate. Might have thought that there could have been a play over at home.
When a play like that with a chopper, bases loaded, and the inning that we're having right now, you got to get an out anywhere you can get, regardless if it's at the plate or if it's at second. You just need to get an out. You need to get the outs out and try to just stop the bleeding and get out of the innings. So I think that's about all that Tanner could really do there is just get the play at first. You know, he may have been able to throw him out at home, but we need to get a guaranteed out regardless.
Second and third, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Lima Locos extend their lead. They now lead by 7 runs, 10-3. They're on the top of the 5th inning. Lavoisier Fisher at third base. Nick Colina at second. Where Fisher came in to score on the ground out. Colina goes to third. Tyler Tolve is on second. And now fastball hits the outside corner to the batter, Zach Sweet. Sweet today is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
I think a breaking ball would be coming right here, Connor. Try definitely getting him out in this count. This is definitely a count where you want to get him out in.
Kaiser's pitch, it is a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. And now the Copperheads are 1 out away and 1 strike away from trying to get out of this top of the 5th inning. 3 runs in. Copperheads gave up 4 in the top of the 4th, 3 here in the top of the 5th with the threat of giving up 2 more. Nick Kaiser, the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. The throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Scott Combs does it, and the inning is finally over. 3 runs in for the Lima Locos as the Southern Ohio Copperheads have a small mountain to climb to get back into today's game. Copperheads trail the Lima Locos 10-3 as we return for the bottom of the 5th right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business. that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads.
My name is Chris Gambit from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the fifth inning here at Bob Wren Stadium as the Copperheads trail the Lima Locos 10-3. Locos scored 4 in the top of the fourth, 3 in the top of the fifth. For the Copperheads, top of the lineup, as it'll be Lucas Nasanti, Reese Trehe, and Sebastian Fabic. First pitch swinging is Lucas Nasanti, fouls it off towards the left side and over by the Copperheads dugout, 0-1. Still joined by Chris Gambert, the Bellarmine Knights, as the 0-1 counts. The pitch from Kevin Miranda is a bunt attempt, pulled back, but called strike anyway, 0-2. So 0-2 count, nobody out, bottom of the fifth inning. Infield back, outfield straight away for the Locos as the 0-2 pitch from Miranda's on the way. A ground ball right back up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman Hedgens. The throw is on a hop and in time for the first out. Not a strong throw from the second baseman Hedgens, but still does the job.
Yeah, and plays like that, we're at the middle where you got more range. You know, infielders are taught to get rid of the ball as quickly as possible. And plus with the turf that we're playing on, you can kind of afford to, like, maybe not throw it as hard and kind of, you know, what we call a long hop and let it hop and let it bounce a little bit. If we're playing on dirt, it's a little different, but, you know, to play up the middle like that where he's got to make a big range and he's got to get rid of it quick with Insante running pretty fast, the long hop's probably the best example of it right there.
Well, now he's got another chance right here. This throw is
Pulled
not.
off the bag. Oh.
And his foot stayed on the bag. As 2 outs quickly here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Lucas Nasanti and Reese Trehe both ground out to the second baseman Hedgens. 2 outs, bottom 5 with Sebastian Fabic at the plate. Fabic today 1 for 2, 2 RBIs and a stolen base.
He's really having a strong year this year. He really is. His consistency has probably been the most impressive thing.
Fabic batting .393 now as the first pitch is taken on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. But Fabic just continues to hit and hit and hit. Nothing has stopped him yet this season, and there are no signs of anything stopping him yet as a fastball or off-speed pitch catches the outside corner.
Yeah, that pitch looked down. Definitely Sebastian didn't agree with that either. I thought that ball was a little down.
Past couple days, umpiring has given the Copperheads agita as now a line drive right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Fabic again, another hit, 2 singles on the day, 2 for 3, and that'll raise your batting average.
Yeah, it always helps getting a single, boost that average up a little bit.
And Zion Avery, who's kind of cooled off since he's hit the 2 monstrous home runs earlier on in the year, both in the same game. But
Yeah,
Avery batting
cool.
.264. And Sebastian Fabic has a stats update right in front of us. Back to .400 as Avery first pitch swing on the off-speed pitch is missed for a strike, 0-1.
These are pivotal innings right here to try to get a run back and try to at least keep a little momentum for the Copperheads and at least keep us in the game for a little bit. Last thing you want to do in these innings right here is keep throwing up zeros and keep all the momentum and energy with the Locos. You got to respond at least a little bit, make it a little respectable, get them a little, make them sweat a little bit out there.
Well, Locos made you guys sweat yesterday. 3 in the top of the 9th.
And closing it out, man. They got close.
Ground ball up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman. On hand toss goes the easy way to second in time for the third and final out here in the bottom of the fifth. Lima Locos 10, Southern Ohio Copperheads 3. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Zach Iverson went 7 strong in yesterday's game. Copperheads picking up a 6-5 victory over the Lima Locos. As Copperheads right now only a half game back on first for the Southern Division. But trailing here in today's game 10-3 to the North leading team. First pitch from Jared Kaiser is a ground ball through the hole on the left side in for a base hit. Leadoff runner gets on base yet again for the Lima Locos. This time Trevor Hatton picking it up. But Hatton's on first. Jacob Pennington and Xavier Hedgens all due up for the Lima Locos here in the top of the 6th inning. Joined by Chris Gambert here in the top of the 6th inning. As now a ball looped up. Jared Kaiser has it in front of the mound. Throw over to first. It's a strong one and gets Xavier Hedgens Jacob Pennington just by a hair. Trevor Hatton moves over to second base. 1 out, runner on second here in the top of the 6th inning.
It's a really good play right there by Kaiser. The ball's bouncing. He's probably the only shot he's got is what he did right there, barehanded. Make a barehanded throw. If he tries to field that with his glove and transfer, there's too much moving parts. Something can go wrong. So that's a really good play and a really key out. Kind of get that guy out. Now you got an out, and you can kind of work with this now.
Runner on second base here in the top of the 6th inning. Just 1 out for the Lima Locos as Jared Kaiser will be working his first full inning. Pitched out of the top of the 5th where the Locos scored only 3. Thomas Cesaro came out of the game with an injury. Not sure what happened. Looked like it could have been the hand. But we'll find out more after the game. As Zach Kaiser from the stretch is ready. The first pitch into the batter, Xavier Hedgens. Breaking ball in for a called strike, 0-1. Now, you've caught most of the pitching staff, if not all of our pitchers here. Who do you think has the best stuff that you've seen?
That's a good question. Best stuff overall. I mean, Braxton Kelly's pretty good. He's got a really, really good changeup. Colin's stuff's pretty good. Colin Sells' stuff's pretty good. I'd say between the two of them, those two probably have the best, I guess you say, quote-unquote stuff. Braxton's changeup is definitely above average. He really gets over it, pronates it a lot, get a lot of side spin on it. So it drops a lot of arm side. He can throw it to righties, he can throw it to lefties. He throws it to really whoever in any count, what makes it really kind of a special pitch. On top of that, he's got a pretty good breaking ball and a little life on his fastball. Colin obviously has a lot of life on his fastball, has a pretty good breaking ball and a good changeup that he can kind of throw as well. You know, his command's probably more of an issue, but you know, between the two of them, their stuff is pretty electric. When they're on, their stuff's pretty good. Their stuff's almost lights out.
2-2 pitch from Jared Kaiser. was ahead of him 0-2 and has fallen behind now 3-2 as the curveball misses outside. 3-2 count, one out here in the top of the 6th inning. Lima Locos 10, Southern Ohio Copperheads 3. Runner on second, Trevor Hatton. Jacob Penton grounded out, so Hatton moved over to his second. Xavier Hedgens at the plate, and Xavier fouls it off towards the right side. And instead of Xavier, looks like Gavin Harmon is pinch hitting for Xavier here. So Gavin Harmon making his first at bat today, as now he swings and foul tips it into the mid of Scott Combs. Strike 3. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
This would be really good if we can fill up a 0 here this inning, kind of quiet them down a little bit. Last thing you want in games like this is for the team to keep scoring, and make that lead seem almost bigger and bigger as it goes. Because as we've seen with these games, it's never over till it's like truly over. Those last 3 outs are always the hardest outs to get.
And the Copperheads know that all too well. 7 runs in the top of the 9th. Not to bring up a sore subject, as a line drive out into center field down for a base hit. Coming around to score is Trevor Hatton. The throw goes to the pitcher, or the pitcher's position, but it'll be Zion Avery cutting it off. Jared Kaiser was behind Scott Combs, backing up the throw. As now the Lima Locos tack on another one here in today's game. It's now 11-3 Locos. Copperheads trailing by 8. RBI single for Randon Jernigan. And Lavoisier Fisher now batting. Fisher 3 for 4 today with 3 RBIs. It's been a tough out for Kaiser and for Thomas Azaro, as Kaiser gave up the 2 RBI single and was the first batter that Kaiser saw back in the 5th, as we're here in the top of the 6th. 0-1 count, 2 outs with a runner on first, as Jared Kaiser tries to get the 3rd and final out. Fastball misses outside. 1-1. Well, this team battled back against the North Division, winning 8 of their last 2. Played a big part in doing that, and then keeping the Copperheads above water, especially in the beginning of the year. And to be this close to in playoff contention, it's got to be pretty exciting for the guys.
Yes, it does. It's always nice to get on like a little win streak that we had recently. It's always good to get wins. Makes the summer a lot easier on everyone. It's not really fun to come out here and lose, obviously, but you get on a little win streak like that, kind of gives everyone hope again. Keeps the playoffs in picture and keeps the mind set on what it needs to be set on. That way we can come out here and just continuously win and everything.
Foul tipped straight back in by the net by the batter, Lavoisier Fisher. 2-2 the count remains.
Especially when we're in an environment that we're in a city that we're in right now. It's nice to always win for the fans and give back to the fans as much as they give to us and everything. And as cheesy as that sounds, it is true.
Hard hit ball over towards the second baseman, and it's thrown away and all the way back. It caroms off the glove of Zion Avery. A hard throw from Reese Trahey goes all the way back to behind the plate where Scott Combs was positioned. It's an error charged to, I believe that'd be Zion Avery, as the throw and the fielding was perfect.
Yeah, the throw was really that fine. I think it just tipped off Zion's glove there. I think he stretched a little too early, which is what you see a lot sometimes with first basemen. They'll almost stretch before the ball is thrown, which gives them a little bit of limited flexibility and limited range of motion to really catch balls. So when you have a first baseman that kind of steps before it's thrown and doesn't really read the throw, you'll get something like that right there, where you either tips off your glove or you don't catch it right or it gets past you. So first basemen are always taught to wait for the ball to be thrown, then judge when to stride and all that sorts of stuff. And I think Zion got a little too caught up in trying to stretch too far to get the out.
It's another pinch hitter for the Lima Locos. Tyshawn Schumann from Wabash Valley College, or as a junior, from Lafayette, Indiana. 5'11", 205 pounds. Kaiser ahead on the count. No balls, 1 strike. As the second pitch misses low and away, 1-1. Tyshawn Schumann comes in to pinch hit for Nick Colina, the designated hitter. Colina had 2 hits in today's game. Reached base all 4 times. 2 for 3 with a walk and an error. Has a 1-1 on the way. Hits the low outside corner of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Probably going to get a breaking ball here. You're up in the count. Really just kind of want to put him away and nip this.
1-2 count. Runners on first and second for the Lima Locos. 1 run already in here in the top of the 6th. Jared Kaiser trying to put the inning to rest, and the fastball misses just outside. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. So Kaiser trying to locate with a fastball. Misses low and away. Count is at 2-2. There's a 2-2 pitch taken low and inside, and now Kaiser's run the count full.
Runners in motion here, full count. Any base hit here is definitely going to score 1. You throw a ball in the gap here, they're definitely going to score 2.
Schuneman batting 167 this year, 1 hit in 6 at-bats as he takes ball 4. That'll be the first walk allowed to Tyson Schuneman, and the bases are loaded against the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in the top of the 6th. But Nick Kaiser, 2 outs. All he needs is 1 more, but Tyler Tove at the plate. Tove at the plate has 2 hits today and a walk. 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, and has come to plate in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. He's first pitch swing, lines it deep out into right center field. Back at the wall, it is out of here. Grand slam, Tyler Tove. And the Lima Locos have poured it on against the Southern Ohio Copperheads here in the top of the 6th inning. 5 runs in, and now a 15-3 lead for the Lima Locos. They are showing the Copperheads why they are one of the best teams in the league in batting average, in runs scored, and RBIs. Lima Locos continue to pound Copperheads pitching today, 15-3 lead.
The ball was smacked out to right center.
And a big fly from Tyler Tove. 2nd home run of the year. And for Tove, 4 more RBIs to the 3 he already had, so 7 RBIs on the day.
I'd say it's a solid day.
That's a pretty solid day indeed. Line drive up the middle and gets down for a base hit. Nick Kaiser just wearing it here at the top of the 6th.
Yeah, they may throw Kaiser. They'll probably have someone else go out after this. But in a game like this, 15 hits, you're down 12 runs. You're probably just going to throw a pitcher out there and have them wear it for the rest of the game and just tell them, try to get as many outs as you can. Because with the small staff that we have already and short leashes and stuff, can't imagine there's many guys in relief right now that we can really turn to. So there may be another guy after Kaiser, but Kaiser may have to just wear this for either another inning or 2 till we can get by and at least get someone out there to relieve him.
Austin Dunphy out on the mound. No motion made to change a pitcher as Jared Kaiser has given up 5 runs here in the top of the 6th inning, all of them being earned against the Southern Ohio Copperheads. For the Lima Locos, 15 runs, 20 hits, 3 errors. Southern Ohio Copperheads, 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. With the Lima Locos pouring it on here in the top of the 6th as Jared Kaiser will face Ryan Smith. Or check that, Zach Sweet at the plate. Zach Smith had the single as he's on first. First pitch from Jared Kaiser to Zach Sweet is a pop fly out into right field. Ranging over is Johnson. He makes a one-hand grab, and the side has finally come to a close, but not before the Lima Locos put up 5 as they extend their lead. It's 15-3 Lima Locos as we head into the home half of the 6th inning. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Nick Kaiser able to get 3 outs in the top of the 6th, but not before the Lima Locos tack on 5. 15-3 lead for the Lima Locos as the Copperheads come to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll be Scott Combs, Tanner Glass, and Tanner Johnson all due up in the inning as the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Scott Combs in today's game 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to center field. As the 1-0 is taken outside, 2 balls and no strikes. New pitcher on the mound for the Lima Locos, as it appears to be number 18. Wasn't announced into the game yet, as he hits the low and outside corner of the plate. 2-1. So 2-1 the count. The pitch in to Scott Combs. Down the middle in for a called strike. And now Scott Combs is behind. It's count's tied 2-2. Jared Ryan out on the plate is now Scott Combs swinging a slow ball bouncing over towards third base. Sweet throws across the diamond in time for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. But the new man on the mound for the Lima Locos is Jared Ryan out of Kennesaw State University from Powder Springs, Georgia. 6'4", 195 pounds, 2.04 ERA, 2 wins, no losses. Has 6 appearances on the season, make this appearance 7. 1 save and 13 2/3 of an innings pitched, 22 strikeouts to 8 walks, and has only given up 10 hits so far. At the plate, Tanner Glass, as he's first pitch swinging and missing, 0-1. And joining us here to complete his second inning of work, Chris Gambert, as a fastball misses low and inside. Gambert, hopefully you enjoyed your time up in the booth.
I did. I enjoyed my time up here. Like I was saying yesterday, it kind of gives me a break from being down on the field. Lets me see it a little differently up here. I get to talk baseball up here, which is never a bad thing.
As the 1-1 is fouled off.
I was saying yesterday, we always commentate. I guess you can call it commentating in the dugout. It's never on broadcast or maybe something so proper like official, but I guess you can say we technically broadcast or commentate all the time down the dugout.
I guess that's what makes former players such good. Some of them are good commentators. Others,
some are good. Some are good, and some can be very brutal if they're not exactly sure what to say sometimes.
1-2 swung on and missed by Tanner Glass. First strikeout on the day for Jared Ryan, who came in to replace Kevin Miranda. Give you the stats on Kevin Miranda. Went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, only 2 were earned. Gave up a walk and struck out 3 batters. As now first pitch swinging is the new number 20 for the Copperheads, Tanner Johnson. Johnson wearing Ben Rushing's number, who unfortunately had to go home after an injury. Best wishes to Ben Rushing as he recovers. 0-1 count to Tanner Johnson with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. But yeah, some former players make great commentators. Others, they might need to find a different profession.
Definitely. You definitely see it more in the football area of broadcasting. You're starting to see more players become broadcasters. And even in baseball, they're starting to become more. I think the game would be very appreciate more players becoming broadcasters for a game, because there's so much that goes on the field that people don't even understand, between the bullpen and the dugout, and just like a lot of little things within the game that people don't necessarily see or like understand, that I think MLB players could make, explain a lot better on like a national stage, as with ESPN or even with MLB Network.
You got Pedro Martinez, Big Papi, contributed to ESPN as the ball misses low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, Lima Locos 15, Southern Ohio Copperheads 3. Talking with Chris Gambert from Bellarmine University. I know for the Tigers, they've got Kirk Gibson up in the broadcast booth.
Mm-hmm. It always helps having just someone else there to kind of help explain things. That's 3 outs, catcher, not 2.
Well, 3 outs are made. Strikeout looking by Tanner Johnson. And looks like Austin Dunphy has a lineup card. Some changes will be made. We'll get to those when we return in the top of the 7th inning. It's the Lima Locos 15, Southern Ohio Copperheads 3. Chris Gammert, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Very much appreciated, as we will have Joe Medor returning here for the top of the 7th. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility, lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. She is celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
A lot of changes being made in today's game. One thing not changing is a man at the plate, Trevor Hatton, the left fielder for the Lima Locos, as we're here in the top of the 7th inning. Lima Locos 15, Copperheads 3. Rejoined now by Joe Medor, and Medor, since you left, there's been a couple more runs tacked on by the Locos.
Game's opened up a little bit, hasn't it? I'll tell you what, Chris does a great job. He could be, he could honestly be a color guy at some point in his future, if he's interested in that, because he knows his stuff for sure.
Really does. Well, the Gammer gets back on the field shortly as the 0-1 is on the way. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Man on the mound for the Copperheads, it's Tanner Glass. Glass comes into the game, replacing Nick Kaiser. Kaiser only went 1 2/3 in relief as the 0-2 pitch is missed outside. You can tell the fans' excitement is growing as this is the hot dog batter of the game here in the top of the 7th inning with nobody out. Lima Locos 15, Southern Ohio Copperheads 3. Tanner Glass trying for the hot dog batter as the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. The throw down to first is completing the strikeouts. And now it's dollar dogs here at Bob Wrenn Stadium.
Well, in a day that not many things have gone right for the Copperheads so far, at least the fans are happy they can get their dollar hot dogs. As Tanner Glass is trying to eat up these last 3 innings, as you know, don't want to burn through the rest of the bullpen in a game where you're already down by 12. Probably not coming back and winning, but coming in, striking out the first guy fairly easily. And dollar hot dogs.
Dollar hot dogs indeed, as Jacob Pennington bats now, takes the first pitch in for a called strike. 0-1. So 0-1 count, 1 out. Ground ball over towards second baseman Reese Trahey. The throw over in time. And now there's 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning It actually looks like Ty Crittenberger is playing second base. So we said there were changes, and we've got some changes. Reese Trahey moves to third base. Ty Crittenberger goes for Tanner Glass. Well, that can't be right, as reading the defensive substitutions on point streak as the fastball's in for a called strike.
Well, Glass went to the mound and Kaiser came out.
Correct.
That's how that happened.
But defensive substitution, so Ty Crittenberger goes over towards second base. Crittenberger running over in foul territory, but it's near the first baseman. Zion Avery reaches and bangs into the wall. Just a little tap. Not really a hard hit wall. But 0-2 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, it's good that Zion didn't hit it because we've seen some pretty nasty collisions over there on that wall from first basemen throughout the year. Some of them knocking. I remember Paysinger, the Cincinnati Steam, a few weeks ago, got knocked out of the game running into that wall.
Tanner Glass ahead on the count, no balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, top 7. The pitch is swung on him, missed, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Tanner Glass as the Lima Locos go down 1-2-3. And we head to the bottom of the 7th and into the 7th inning stretch right here at Bob Bren Stadium. Locos 15, Copperheads 3. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385. Carter Cross, Daniel Cruz, and back top to the lineup for the Copperheads here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 15-3. As first pitch swinging is Carter Cross. Cross today 1 for 2. A single came around to score in the 3rd and reached on base with an error. Jared Ryan, he only pitched an inning. Got 2 strikeouts. And now Peyton Berry pitching for the Lima Locos as misses low in the turf. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peyton Berry out of Kennesaw, Georgia at Mercer University, where he was a sophomore. 6'2", 195 pounds as they swing and a pop fly over out into right field down the line. Ranging over is the right fielder, and he can't make the catch. So Fisher all the way back in the corner, rounding second and heading for third is Carter Cross, and he'll go standing. It's a leadoff triple for Carter Cross here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Copperheads have life with Daniel Cruz coming to the plate.
Yeah, they were playing across the pool there as a right fielder. Fisher was way off the line, so he had a lot of ground to cover. As you saw, his hat blew off as he was on a full sprint trying to get to that ball, but unable to get there, and he takes a bad hop on him and gets by him all the way to the wall, and Cross on his horse gets all the way up to third. As these at-bats still count for these guys, despite the fact you're down by 12. It still counts for your stats. You know, got to keep playing.
First pitch swinging is Daniel Cruz. It's a slow roller over towards first, unable to beat the pitcher Barry to the bag. Actually, he appeared he did.
Pitcher missed the bag on the flip from the first baseman. Didn't ever touch it.
The pitcher was there at the bag and then just could not step on the bag. It's an RBI infield single for Daniel Cruz. Copperheads now have 4 runs. Their first run scored since the bottom of the third. It's now the Lima Locos 15, Copperheads 4.
Well, that's not an easy play ever for a pitcher.
Lucas Nasanti, first pitch swinging, fouls it off towards the right side and out of play. So Daniel Cruz gets a hit, knocks in Card across from third. Copperheads are not out of it yet, although it is still, as I said before, a small mountain to climb. As the 0-1 pitch is being delivered from Barry, misses low and inside to Lucas Nasanti. Nasanti today 0 for 2 with a walk, came in to score. Now takes a ball on the inside corner for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's going back to that play from the pitcher. I mean, it's a tough play. I've done the drill before where you practice going and covering the bag, but you're often not looking down at where you are in relation to the bag when the first baseman is throwing you the ball.
1-2, bounce on the ground, 2 shorts. The throw to second in time. So Smith to Hedgens. And it's a fielder's choice for Lucas Nasanti. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 15-4 Loco lead.
Yeah, it would have been very tough to turn 2. Very slow roller. As Nasanti just got on top of it, chopped it out towards short. He's got good speed up the line, though, so very, going to have to be a way harder hit ground ball than that to double him up. So they only get the 1 out.
Copperheads with a runner on first. As the first pitch to Reese Trahey hits the outside corner, 0-1. Well, for Peyton Barry, a 6.12 ERA, has a win, no loss. 6 appearances, 8 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 6 walks. There's now a ground ball over towards the right side. Ranging over into the hole is Hedgens. He goes the easy way to first. And now there are 2 ground ball outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning with a runner in scoring position. And Lucas Nasanti.
And of course, with an 11-run lead, you're not too worried about letting a runner move up 90 feet. So just an easy play for Hedges. As the ball took him towards first base, just flipped it over to Pennington, covering the bag. 2 outs now.
Well, holding the majority of the runs is Sebastian Fabic. 2 RBIs in today's game. 2 singles, 2 for 3. Has his batting average at an even 400 right now. First pitch missed outside from Peyton Barry. 1 ball, no strikes. As a 1-0 is swung on and ground ball in foul territory straight back over near where a dog is here at the park. Might not be bark in the park night, but dogs are always welcome at Bob Wren during the Copperhead season.
Of course, one dog is always in the press box is Annie Brackley's dog, Beans, who's actually her birthday today.
Really?
I saw that on Snapchat earlier. Tyler Johnson put that up there.
Did
birthday to Beans.
Did Beans get the pup cup? As a swing and a miss from Sebastian Fabic, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I had no idea. What is the pup cup?
It's from Dairy Queen.
Oh.
You can get a little pup cup, and your pup gets a cup of ice cream.
I'm sure Annie would do something like that for her dog, yes.
I know she's done it in the past. As a 2-2 is taken low for a ball. Sebastian Fabic heard balk called, so it won't be a pitch. Moving over to third is Lucas Nasanti, and Sebastian Fabic will bat with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, we always see Beans going throughout the press box during the game. Always looking for food.
Always. 2-2 pitch taken high and inside. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And whenever we get the hot dog after the game, Beans is always looking for a little piece of it. As the 3-2 pitch is taken in for a called strike. It's a strikeout looking for Sebastian Fabic. And the 3rd out has been made here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the Lima Locos 15, the Southern Ohio Copperheads 4. We're headed to the top of the 8th inning. Copperheads down a few. We're right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together We make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Center fielder number 7, Brandon Jernigan, will lead things off here in the top of the 8th inning. Copperheads trailing 15-4 in today's ball game. Beat the Lima Locos 6-5 in yesterday's game. As now play has been stopped. And Sebastian Fabic has emerged from the Copperheads dugout. Fabic, after striking out looking at his last at-bat to end the bottom of the 7th, just a little tardy out, getting out into right field, but the jog out there is fine. Turns his body, faces the infield, appears to be ready to go.
Well, he was DHing when the game started, then came into right field last inning. Maybe he just forgot that he was in the field for the rest of the game.
Oh, that's true. As looks like Johnson is out of the game. Of course, it's hard to see all the players and all the changes and where we're positioned just to see the number as the pitch missed. 2 balls and no strikes. And now 3 straight balls from Tanner Glass to Jernigan. Brandon Jernigan today, 4 for 5 with an RBI, 4 runs scored. As a 3-0 is taken in for a called strike. Looked maybe just a bit low, but caught it up the strike zone for the home plate umpire, Daniel Beasley, to call it a strike. Is now a ground ball over towards third. Trahey has it, the throw across, not in time. Trahey did everything he could, just couldn't get the ball out of his glove in time, and the throw appeared to be perfect. Just missed him by a hair.
Yeah, of course, down by 11, you start trying to throw guys into different spots, see what they can do. As Trey, not usually a third baseman, he feel that one clean. He made a strong throw, just not in time, hustling up the line. Was the batter. As you mentioned last inning, Ty Krinberger's only played outfield all year, along with Trey, both playing in the infield right now.
First pitch missing to Lavier Fisher. 1 ball, no strikes. So it looks like Sebastian Fabic coming into right field for the first time in the game. That might have been the delay as Tanner Johnson has come out. So Johnson out, Fabic from DH to right field. And it looks like everything else is normal. But in the infield, Trahey's at third, Daniel Cruz at short, Ty Krittenberger making his first appearance at second base on the year, as a 1-1 pitch is taken low for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike, with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Lavoisier Fisher, who was also 4 for 5 today, 3 runs scored and 3 RBIs, batting average of .349, takes a pitch high and inside. 3 balls and a strike now. (15-4) is the Locos' score over the Copperheads. As Tanner Glass from the stretch, he deals, fastball misses low, and it's a walk.
Yeah, now what you want to do down by 11, you just want to come in, fill up the strike zone, get these final 6 outs. Is obviously not the position you want to be in down by 11 in the 8th inning, but a lot of positives, not from this game necessarily, but from these past couple weeks for the Copperheads, as they've just pretty much run through the North Division, and they're able, which, barring a pretty impressive comeback, are going to split with the league leaders in the North.
First pitch hits the outside corner. to the batter. 0-1.
So a lot of positive takeaways from this interdivision stretch of play as they go back into playing the South Division throughout the rest of the season.
Tyshawn Schuneman at the plate. Schuneman coming in for Nick Colina back in the 6th. As now Tanner Glass is ahead on Schuneman. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch in there, strike 3 called. So Tanner Glass has 3 strikeouts on the day. 2 in the 7th, 1 here in the 8th. And now he needs 2 more outs to get out of the 8th without allowing a run. Try to keep the lead at 15-4 for the Locos.
Oh, that's a little off-speed pitch on the 0-2. Catch the outside part of the plate, freezes. Batter up there, nice job from Glass.
As fastball rides high and away to the batter, Tyler Tolve. And for Tolve, 3 for 4 today, 7 RBIs, and walked once. So he's had himself a productive day, as Chris Gambert alluded to earlier.
Yeah, it's an all right day at the plate.
Yeah, just all right. 7 RBIs, not too bad from Tolve. Came into the day with 19. So you can add 7 to that total. As now 3 straight balls from the arm of Tanner Glass to the plate. Tyler Tolve is batting.
But yeah, I mean, it's just hits coming all through. You get 21 hits in the game. As we talked about throughout the broadcast, it's a pretty darn good hitting team.
Yeah, just alluding back to what Gamber said, it was even more impressive for what Zach Iverson did in yesterday's game, just shutting down the Lima Locos.
Got them to strike out 10 times.
3-1 ground ball over to the right side, through the hole and in for a base hit. Holding off at third is Randon Jernigan. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out here on the top of the 8th inning. 22 hits for the Lima Locos in today's game. Tolve picked up his 4th hit of the day, 4 for 5. And now Ryan Smith at the plate. Smith today, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. Has not struck out today as the first pitch missed outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out with the bases loaded. 1-0 pitch, ground ball over towards third, goes left of the line, and is corralled in foul territory by Reese Trahey. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the annual announcement for our PA guy asking the kids on the dugout to get behind the orange line. Feels like it happens once or twice a game. I always hear it.
Well, the kids are excited. However, where they were, there was no netting in that area to protect them from a foul ball.
Right. Of course, that's been a big thing in baseball these past couple of years. A lot of ballparks extending the netting all throughout the foul line.
And that's something that we went to Comerica Park for the Detroit Tigers Stadium facility tour. 3 balls and 1 strike to Ryan Smith. One of the things that they talked about was they were one of the first teams in MLB to extend the netting all the way down from basically foul pole to foul pole. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch swung on, pop fly. Looks to be shallow right field. Second baseman Ty Crittenberger, normally a center fielder, playing second base here today, makes the catch with 1 hand behind the first base bag and a little down the line and right for the 2nd out of the game.
We have to show his ability to how he tracks the ball out in the outfield there from second base as he read that one off the bat, range all the way over, almost behind first base to make that catch. As Ty had a couple of real nice catches deep in center field yesterday. One he left his feet, made a diving catch deep in the alley and left center field. A lot of range the Copperheads have out in the outfield this year.
Outfielding talent has been really good for the Copperheads, as now Tim Martin from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, making a pinch hit appearance for Zach Sweet. First pitch to Tim Martin missed outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 15-4 is the score right now as we're here on the top of the 8th inning. 22 hits for the Lima Locos as they swing a foul ball towards the right side and out of play. But the netting for the Tiger Stadium, even though there is netting in front of you, they made it so where it tries to camouflage in the green with the bleachers and the green with the green grass out in the field as the off-speed is in for a called strike, which I thought was pretty unique.
I feel like it's one of the biggest hold-offs on doing it because people were concerned if you're sitting down in the lower section area, if it's going to obstruct your view of the game with a big net being all the way around. But
1-2 ground ball over towards third. Tried to bare hint for the coach for the Lima Locos.
But, I mean, I've been down in the lower section of a game at Camden Yards, back where I live, and they have the netting all the way around, and you can still see the game just fine, you know. And it's a safety thing.
And the other concern was, well, what about fan interaction? Because you used to get foul balls and, just balls when they're warming up, toss them over. But it really hasn't been too much of an issue as of yet. And I think safety is overall the number one concern. 2-2 pitch is thrown, swinging a fly ball out into right center field. Ranging over is the right fielder Nasanti and the right fielder Fabric, the center fielder Nasanti. Nasanti makes the catch in right center field for the final out. Tanner Glass is through 2 scoreless innings, but a little too late, as 15 have already been put up for the Lima Locos. It's a 15-4 lead for the Locos as we head into the home half of the 8th. Copperheads trailing as we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Scott Combs have been solid behind the plate for the Copperheads all day long. Well, the pitching has given up 15 runs, and Copperheads bats only providing 4, as it's a 15-4 lead for the Lima Locos, as we're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Zion Avery will lead things off. It'll be Avery, then Scott Combs, and Tanner Glass. Assuming Glass will hit for himself, as he should. He was at third base earlier in the game and then went on to the mound, try to eat up some innings. 2 scoreless innings from Glass as the first pitch hits the high and outside corner to Zion Avery for a called strike. New man on the mound for the Lima Locos, Colton Frank out of Lake Charles, Louisiana, and University of Louisiana Lafayette. 5'11", 205 pounds, a sophomore, as the off-speed pitch is in for a called strike. 0-2 to Zion Avery. Avery today 0 for 3. 2 ground ball outs and a error that allowed him to reach base, as the 0-2 from Colton Frank misses low and inside, 1-2. Frank comes in to replace Barry, who in an inning allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, no walks, and struck out 1 Copperhead. Colton Frank, this is his first pitching appearance of the season. as he is listed as a left fielder and first baseman. So the lefty, the 1-2 is taken low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, anytime you got a lefty, you'll find a way to throw him out on the mound and see what he's got.
Is that what happened to you in Maryland?
Yeah.
As a 2-2, taken low and inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, actually, when I was really little, I really wanted to pitch. Like, I think every kid thinks pitching's really cool when you first start. I remember my first game I ever pitched. I struck out 9 guys in 3 innings.
Really?
Yeah.
As the 3-2 is swung on and missed by Zion Avery. First strikeout of the game for Colton Frank. First strikeout of his season, as it's first time pitching for Frank this year.
I might still have that game ball, too, actually.
Yeah.
Somewhere back home, yeah.
I always give out a game ball.
My coach wrote the stat line on it. Like 3 innings pitched, 9 Ks. I think it was like 2 hits or something.
Would you strike out the side every time?
I didn't.
9 Ks, 3 innings pitched?
I didn't retire like 9 in a row via the strikeout, but I gave up like 2 hits and struck out like 9. I think I had a couple walks too, but
if you strike out,
it wasn't a shabby debut.
0-1 count to Scott Combs. But even if you, let's say you go a strikeout line, drive out into left field, and that slice is fouling out of play. Let's go strikeout, hit, and then 2 other strikeouts. Did you strike out the side?
Oh yeah, I struck out every out I recorded was via the strikeout.
Right.
Yes.
But then you would also say you'd struck out the side in all 3 innings, right? As a ground ball over towards third base, Sweet.
Right.
Sweet takes his time and throws across for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Because even though you don't get the strikeouts 1, 2, 3, you still struck out the side. There was a debate about that with one of the Ohio sports information directors on Twitter. I was following along. It happened a couple weeks ago, but this just happened to re-jog my memory, as one was for it, one was against it. Can't remember which way. As a fastball in for a called strike to Tanner Glass. Glass went on the mound and has thrown up 2 scoreless innings. It appears that Braxton Kelly is warming up in the Copperheads bullpen, so Tanner Glass's day will be done most likely after this at-bat, as the 0-2. The 0-1 was swung on and missed, brings the count to 0-2. Colton Frank with a .232 average is batting with a bat in his hand. That opponent's batting average, as the 0-2 pitch is swung on and a foul ball straight back to the netting. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. But I would agree with you, if you strike out 3 in an inning, you've struck out the side.
Yes, that's correct. Because I was thinking, but you do strike out the side because
even if you let up 10 runs in between the strikeouts.
Right, you did strike out the side.
As a strikeout here, second on the day for Colton Frank.
Just making another point on that, you could strike out the side in order as well. That's what you say if you strike out 1, 2, 3. Strike out the side in order. Orange Crush out there in the outfield, so that's brings some excitement.
Yeah, we'll stay away from commercial break. We'll witness Orange Crush in today's 15-4 game against the Lima Locos. We are heading to the top of the 9th inning. Lima Locos 15, Southern Ohio Copperheads 4. Here's 3 fans around down in left field, starting at the left side of the Ohio Health O'Blennis Hospital sign. On-field MC Sam giving the instructions.
Went undefeated in Canada, did the Orange Crush.
He did, only one race.
So in 4 countries, he's got a good record.
Now you hear the song. Orange Crush has been released, moving down by the 380 sign all the way to the Ohio logo sign. Now by the Copperheads down in dead center field, rounding and beating one kid, catching up, and it looks like the girl in the pink shirt is going to be close. It will be the Orange Crush by a hair.
He toyed with her.
That had to be the most difficult run for Orange Crush.
Well, he turned on the jets at like 380. It looked like he was jogging the whole time.
A 380 down the right field line. Orange Crush beat the other 2 fans handily, one going around center field and the other one around 380. But then the one fan came within a stride of beating the Orange Crush. Braxton Kelly's out on the mound for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, as he'll try to go a scoreless inning, try to replicate what Tanner Glass had done in this ball game. It's a 15-4 lead for the Lima Locos. Copperheads trailing by 11 here in today's game. But for the Copperheads over the past week, they've gone 8-2 over the last 10 games. A win against the Mariners, 2 wins against the Clippers, 2 against the Monarchs. Canada, they found some struggles, 15-4 and a 7-2 loss, and then beat the Galleon Graders took the first game of the Lima Locos just yesterday. But it's been a nice week for the Copperheads. Just in today's game, it's been a hard one to swallow.
It's really what the doctor ordered. Really, after the 4-8 start, they needed to string some wins together in the North Division to get back into it. They came into today's game just a half game out of first place. Obviously, they're going to need a little help to stay there in the standings, but far from out of this thing as we head into July, where they only face South Division teams the rest of the way. And, you know, all they got to do is claim one of those top 3 spots in the standings to at least be in the wild card game.
Ground ball over through the hole on the left side and down for a base hit. Trevor Hatton picks up the hit. As it's a leadoff single here in the top of the 9th with nobody out. And Braxton Kelly trying to get out of the top of the 9th, give the Copperheads a pulse in the bottom half of the inning.
And not not a situation where you're seeing Kelly in. Usually if Braxton Kelly comes on the mound, the Copperheads are winning late in the ball game. But, you know, just trying to keep him fresh. He's got the day off tomorrow, so everybody will get some rest before they head out to their tough stretch of road games. I believe it's 7 games in a row on the road. So
fastball misses high and inside. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning.
Actually, that doesn't even sound right. 9 games in a row on the road.
Well, I know we come back on July 10th.
That's when we're back here. But we also have like a 10-game home stretch after that. So
fastball misses outside. Scoreboard was ahead by 1 pitch. So now it would be 3 balls and no strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. Runner on first and Trevor Hatton. And at the plate, Jacob Pennington. As Pennington takes a fastball in for a called strike. 3 balls and a strike. But for the Copperheads, schedule coming up. Xenia Scouts back into Southern Division play. As Braxton Kelly's 3-1 is taken high and away, ball 4. So walk issued to Jacob Pennington. First walk on the day for Braxton Kelly. But it's the Xenia Scouts, Cincinnati Steam. And then the weird 2-1 with the Hamilton Joes. 1 road game and 2 home games. It was the opposite just this past series with the Joes.
Yeah, the Joes came in when the rankings came out of top summer college baseball teams. 21st, I believe, was their ranking in all the country.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
21, do they go top 25 or top 20?
I believe they do top 25.
They go 25?
I believe the Joes were 21st.
Okay. And I think whoever wins the GLSEL will be ranked probably within the top 15,
I mean,
you'd have to imagine.
Got as high as 10 last year, I believe, by the end of the season.
They finished 11?
11? Okay, that sounds about right.
As a swing and a miss, strike 3, Braxton Kelly gets his first strikeout on the day. And now there's 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Strikes out Gavin Harmon. Runners are at first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Lima Locos 15, Copperheads 4.
So if you're going to have a game like this, you'd rather it be going into an off day than the middle of the week, having to try to bounce back the next night pretty quickly. So,
and it's just been a long week for the Copperheads as Randon Jernigan swings and fouls one off towards the right side and out of play. It was an off day on Monday. Copperheads are always off on Monday until the last week of the season. But it started with the St. Clair Green Giants, a 6-hour bus ride. Went to the hotel and then went to the baseball game after that. That was a 15-4 loss to start the week on Tuesday. And then another loss to the Green Giants on Wednesday. Stayed the night and woke up early. At 7 o'clock, we were on the bus to go to Comerica Park in Detroit. Is now a swing and a fly ball out into left field. Ranging under it is Carter Cross, a couple steps in front of the warning track. Makes a one-hand grab for the second out here in the top of the 9th. But from there, 2 games away in the Galleon Graders. And then the Lima Locos here at home.
Yep, but Copperheads have to get used to those bus trips here through this next stretch of games.
I believe there is a hotel stay, an overnight stay, one of the nights. We'll have to talk to the transportation director, Paul.
I don't remember. They always tell me stuff, and it's just
It's in the schedule. Somebody tells us something.
they'll text me the day before. All right, I'll be there. Cool. Sounds good.
We get on the bus. We prepare for the game. Wherever we go, it's up to the bus driver, Kelly.
Exactly.
As second pitch misses low for a ball to Lavoisier Fisher.
But one thing I do know, Paul does know.
Paul does know. Paul knows everything. He's now been given the nickname Dad by a lot of the Copperheads as the fly ball out towards left side just goes left of the fence. Ranging over and trying to lunge over it was Daniel Cruz. Now 2-1 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth.
I find that a funny nickname because some of them are older than him.
Some are.
He's only your age.
He is. I'm only 20.
Right. Well, I'm only 18, so yeah. They're all older than me.
Fastball misses high and inside from Braxton Kelly to the batter, Lavoisier Fisher. Fisher today picking up 4 hits in today's game. 4 for 5, 3 RBIs. As the 3-1 is swung on and popped up foul over the press box. Counts at 3-2. Runners on first and second here in the top of the ninth. Lima Locos 15, Southern Ohio Copperheads 4. Braxton Kelly from the stretch he deals. Fastball grounded over towards the left side and into the dugout of the Copperheads. Everyone appears to be all right.
Well, that's the last thing you want. Down 15-4. Have someone get drilled in the dugout by a foul ball. So.
Right. We were talking about nettings earlier. I'm surprised Bob Wren does not have any fence or something protecting. It's kind of like an old-fashioned stadium with turf. So old-fashioned with a little new fashion. As a ground ball over towards the right side, foul territory. And picked up by the first base coach of the Lima Locos.
I've been surprised with the amount of fields we've seen this summer that have the turf infield with the grass outfield. We've seen like 3 or 4 now, including ours.
That's got to be the cheaper option.
I guess that's just like the way to go now. You just keep the outfield grass and turf the infield. But
you only see a cancellation now as if the infield is, or the outfield is flooded. Sometimes the infield floods. That's only in extreme cases.
It's going to rain a lot if you're going to flood this turf field.
Exactly. 3-2 pitch from Kelly. It's a fly ball, but slicing, foul, and out of play. Full count, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Locos 15, Copperheads 4. Copperheads one more chance to come to the plate and try to bring this game a little closer, down by 11 runs. But Braxton Kelly has to get the last out first as the 3-2 is taken high, ball 4. 2 walks in the inning by Braxton Kelly. Bases are loaded.
Fans, we are going to do a redrawing of the Split the Pot promotion. So if you participate, please get out your ticket.
And it looks like the Split the Pot is being redone tonight. And here the on-field MC Sam reading out the numbers.
Do you know Sam's last name?
You know, I haven't picked it up yet. I've been trying to learn all the game day staffers' names.
Yeah, I have no idea.
As the first pitch misses high and inside to Tyson Schuneman. Schuneman walked and struck out looking in his 2 times to the plate.
I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on everybody else's first and last name, but it's just Sam.
Well, we know Sam.
The on-field Sam guy.
Right.
On-field MC Sam.
But did everyone get one of those name tags?
I never got mine. I know that.
As a fastball goes right back to the backstop. Holding off at third was Trevor Hatton.
Yeah.
So Lima Locos providing some mercy as a run could have come in to score. But they will hold off with their 11-run lead here in today's ball game.
With those name tags, yeah, I don't know. I know I never got one. I don't know if I just got forgot about or it's lying around somewhere.
It's got to be lying around somewhere.
But,
everyone had one as a ground ball banged up the middle and now get through for a base hit. Coming in to score is Trevor Hatton. And bases remain loaded as everyone moves up a base, and standing on first is Tyson Schuneman with an RBI single.
It's really impressive how good this team is at just driving the baseball. I mean, so many hard hit balls all game long, 24 hits. But even when they roll out the bench guys, these guys are coming in and making solid contact. It's just real disciplined, solid hitting team, and they're going to be tough for anyone to beat going into the rest of this GLSCL season.
Lima Locos with the best record and winning percentage of the entire GLSCL as a pick in the turf. 1 ball, no strikes to the batter, Tyler Tolve. Tolve today, 7 RBIs. As fastball misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes now.
And a pretty good chance to add a couple more here with bases loaded.
Found the split the pot winner, walking right in front of the screen. So he'll have a happy day.
I say he looked pretty happy.
Fastball fouled straight back at the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, Tolve was looking to add 4 more RBIs on that swing. Took a big cut just.
Well, he had a grand slam earlier on in today's game. 7 RBIs already on the day. Came in tied with Sebastian Fabic at 19. As now he'll get even more. Line drive out into the gap in left center field, ranging and cutting it off is Carter Cross. 2 runners will come across at the plate to score. It's a 2-out, 2 RBI double off of Braxton Kelly as Tyler Tolve puts up 9 RBIs off the Copperheads. It's 18-4 Lima Locos.
I wonder if that's some kind of league record, 9 RBIs in one game.
Well, if it's not, I've got to imagine it's pretty close.
Yeah, right. You got to figure it's up there. Just a really solid hitter is Tolve.
Ryan Smith batting from the right-hand side. Took a first pitch called strike, 0-1. 0-1 pitch taken at the feet of Smith. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Copperheads were coming into the game a half game back on first place. We'll take a look at the other games going on right now as a swing and a miss from Ryan Smith brings the count to 1-2. The final from the Muskingum Clippers and the Xenia Scouts. Scouts pick up a 4-3 victory. As 1-2 is on the way, ground ball. It's a high bouncer over to Braxton Kelly. He backhands it in the air. The throw over to first to Zion Avery's in time. And the side is retired, but not before the Lima Locos put on 3 here in the top of the 9th inning. It's a 18-4 lead for the Lima Locos. Well, we'll be right back in the bottom of the 9th, right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve.
Hi, this is Thomas Lazaro from Lee University, and you're listening to the Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the 9th inning here at Bob Brand Stadium. Ty Crittenberger at the plate for the Southern Ohio Copperheads as the Copperheads trail 18-4. In between innings, we talked about a little bit earlier on the broadcast, but now the entirety of Bob Brand Stadium has sung happy birthday to our general manager's dog, Beans. So Beans has been sung happy birthday to. All is right in the world as the first pitch misses for a ball to Ty Crittenberger. Swinging a fly ball deep out into left field. Back at the corner, it is off the facing of the fence. Krittenberger rounding first, but it's going to be a long single for Ty Krittenberger. He gets on base with the hit.
Well, I think Krittenberger was in a bit of an early home run trot there as he tagged that ball deep out down the line in left field off the Mike Schmidt retired number sign out there in left field. And held to a long single. Nice job by the outfitter with a quick relay to hold him to first base. But nice to see Krittenberger coming in late in the game, first AB, hitting the ball that hard.
First pitch swing is Carter Cross. 0-1. Ty Krittenberger's on first base at the plate. Carter Cross. Cross today is 2 for 3. Had a triple and a single in today's game. Has now a fastball in for a called strike, 0-2. Well, Mike Schmidt played for the Ohio Bobcats 1967 through 1971. Went on to have a remarkable career for the Philadelphia Phillies as the 0-2 pitch is a curveball taken in for a called strike 3. First out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As the Southern Ohio Copperheads still trail 18-4.
It's funny about that Mike Schmidt sign out there is when I came in for orientation last summer, me and my stepdad, I think there might have been a Copperheads game going on, but we were just looking at the stadium and we saw Schmidt number 10 out there in left field. I just joked around. It's like, you think that's Mike Schmidt? And he was like, I doubt it. And I looked on Wikipedia and it said Mike Schmidt, Ohio University. I was like, oh, I guess that is him.
There it was. One of the greatest third basemen to play in the major leagues. Attended here at Ohio University as Daniel Cruz foul tips it into the mitt of the catcher Hartman, and 1-1 the count to Daniel Cruz.
I'm surprised you're willing to call a Phillies player one of the greatest third basemen of all time.
Listen, I'm a Met
Would you
fan.
take David Wright or Mike Schmidt?
Mike Schmidt.
Okay, just checking.
Mike Schmidt had a longer career, and as great as David Wright is, everything he did for the city is a 2-1 count with one out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Now, Mike Schmidt, a Hall of Fame player.
Well, David Wright should be in the Hall someday, I would think.
We'll see. I don't know if he has the longevity yet. As a swing and a foul tipped right back down to the catcher. 2-2 the count. Looks like a new pitcher for the Lima Locos. Number 30. Was not announced into the game. We'll try and find out if we can identify him. As a 2-2 is fouled off towards the right side and down the line and right. But David Wright, a solid player, just under
296 career batting average.
296 career batting average.
242 homers, over 1,500 hits.
See, but he leads the Mets in a lot of those offensive categories.
He's got 50.4 wins above replacement in his career. That's a Hall of Famer.
We'll see.
Met
fans have always been skeptical. You had Tom Seaver, and then you had a long wait as now a fly ball out into right field and goes foul. But it's been a long wait since Tom Terrific until Mike Piazza got into the Hall of Fame, I believe back in 2016. So the Mets only have 2.
Well, Wright only retired how many years ago?
He didn't. Well, he retired as a fly ball out towards the right side and another foul ball off of Daniel Cruz. 2-2.
It wasn't that long ago. He was definitely playing.
Well, I think he went down his final game.
He was on the World Series team, wasn't he?
He was there. Well, yeah, he was there, but he was injured
the team
for most
that made
of the
the World Series anyway.
Right. As that one goes high and inside, that either hit the shoulder of Daniel Cruz or hit the helmet. Daniel Cruz appears to be all right. It sounded like a thud, so it was not the head, as the helmet would have made a clanking noise, I think. But Daniel Cruz on base with a hit by pitch. Only one out here in the bottom of the 9th. And Lucas DeSanti at the plate. David Wright, 2015, he was on the team. 2016, I think he slid into second base or something and then injured his quad or whatever it might have been. Didn't play for really the rest of the year in 2016. 2017, had a struggle, worked his way back. As the first 2 pitches are in, one for a ball, one for a strike. both off speed to Lucas Nasanti.
All right. Well, I'm going to cut off the Mets talk now because you're going to go on for a while. So we're just going to.
I could go on for the Mets all day.
I know it.
As a 1-1 line drive right back up the middle from Lucas Nasanti. That gets down for a base hit. Holding off at third base is Ty Krittenberger. Bases are loaded here in the top. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning with 1 out. And Reese Trahey at the plate.
Good to see, despite being down 14 runs in the ninth inning, Copperheads still putting together good ABs, hitting the ball hard. As you know, these at-bats still count towards your numbers. And obviously, a lot of these guys are looking to move on in their baseball careers. And summer ball is a good time to put the numbers together to get noticed. So, especially the JUCO guys who are looking to continue to play past the 2 years at their junior college, try to get picked up by a NCAA team. So,
well, number 30 is Kyler Seaman from Delshire, Ohio, and University of Northwestern Ohio. But Kyler Seaman, 0 for 2 on the year. 1-0 count to the batter, Reese Trahey, with 1 out. That's Seaman a 2.40 ERA, 11 2/3 innings pitched as he gets Trahey way out in front on the off-speed pitch. Brings the count even at 1-1. 18 strikeouts, 10 walks, and has allowed 10 hits. Last outing came just 2 days ago against the Richmond Jazz. As a 1-1 misses inside with a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, who was the last Oriole to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
that's a good question.
As a swing and a miss from Reese Trahey at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out.
Off the top of my, I don't know. I mean, they have. I mean, Ripken was a while ago. Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, all the Eddie Murray, they were all forever ago. Jim Palmer.
No, you've named already more than the Mets have. So, as a fastball misses outside, counters run full to Reese Trahey. Bases are loaded. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 18-4 is a score in favor of the Lima Locos. 18 runs on 25 hits, 3 errors. 4 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads at 12-10 on the season. As now a swing and a miss on a high fastball from Reese Trahey. He goes down swinging. That's the first or second strikeout of the inning for Kyler Seaman. And now Sebastian Fabic at the plate.
I believe I think Mike Mussina is going in this year. And he played for the Orioles and Yankees. So I guess that will be the
Well, the big question would be, what hat is he going to wear? Will it have an Orioles logo, or will it be a...
That's a tough one. I think he played for them about the same amount of years.
Curveball misses high to Sebastian Fabic. 1 ball, no strikes. Fabic today, well, he picked up 2 hits, as usual. A single in the third, a single in the fifth. 2 RBIs on the day as well. There's 1-0 on the way from Seaman. Swung on and missed. The ball and a strike.
But yeah, I believe he played a couple. I mean, he played before my time anyway. He's already in the Orioles Hall of Fame. I'm sure of that. But
a swing and a jam job down the line out and right, but this one just goes right on the line. And foul, 1-2 the count to Sebastian Fabic with 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Copperheads down to their final strike. David Wright will definitely get into the Mets Hall of Fame.
I would hope.
The National Hall of Fame, that's a different discussion for a different time. As a 1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled straight back to the netting. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cincinnati Steam beat the Michigan Monarchs today. Xenia Scouts picked up a 4-3 win over the Muskegon Clippers. And the Sinclair Green Giants currently have beaten the Richmond Jazz 8-6. 18-4 here in today's ball game between the Lima Locos and the Southern Ohio Copperheads as they're swinging a line drive down the line and right. But that one goes out of play as well. Sebastian Fabic putting together a nice at-bat against Seaman. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the Steam, they picked up a win today, so that hurts the Copperheads. But other than that, right now, the Graders are up on the Settlers. The Grand Lake Mariners are beating the Hamilton Joes in the 6th inning 5-0. I'm very shocked that pitch is not called strike 3 on Sebastian Fabik.
Well, that pitch in that location has already rung up Fabik, but Fabik able to get the benefit of the doubt. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the game. The pitch from Seaman swung on, and another foul ball. This one bending Ty Krittenberger down the foul line. Krittenberger stayed in foul territory. It didn't hit him, but it nearly did.
Well, if that was a limbo competition, I think Krittenberger would have won.
I think you have to keep your hands up above the ground, don't you?
That's right. He might have touched the ground, but still, pretty good show of reflexes right there.
The 2-2 curveball low and away. And now Sebastian Fabik has worked himself a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Great AB here from Fabik. I mean, obviously, it could be very easy to mail in this at-bat down by 14 runs, but he stood in there and faced everything this pitcher has.
3-2, fouled off right at the plate. Catcher dropped it. They'll do it again. Merry-go-round will be in motion here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bases are loaded. Ty Krittenberger at third, Daniel Cruz at second. Over at first is Lucas Nasanti as the pitch, ground ball over towards short. This could end the game. Shortstop will throw it high to Smith, and the ball game is over. It's an 18-4 loss for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. The Lima Locos pick up their 14th win on the season. They go to 14-8, remain in first place in the North Division in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. Southern Ohio Copperheads dropped to 12-11. It was the highest amount of wins, or the average wins, 2 games above 500 for the Copperheads this season, but now they're back down to 1 game above. Taking the loss, Thomas Azaro, and picking up the win, 5 innings, was Kevin Miranda. First start of the season, picks up his first win as a starter. Rough day for the Copperheads, 4 runs given up in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, and 5 in the 6th.
Yeah, just a barrage of hits, really, from the Locos after Iverson came in and shut them down last night. They came out and just really aggressive. You know, Cesaro's a guy who fills up a lot of the strike zone very often. And, you know, they took advantage of that. They came out ready to swing. They took advantage of the pitches left over the middle of the plate, just line drive after line drive after line drive. Not even that many extra base hits for the Locos. Just a lot of solid contact that would drop right in front of fielders. They were able to string the hits together, and, you know, there's a reason that they're the best batting team in the league. They showed it today. But, you know, the Copperheads had a very, very good stretch of interdivision play, only losing 3 games. They split with this team, who's a team that if we make the playoffs, you're going to see at some point if you want to get to where you want to go. So
18 runs, 25 hits, and 3 errors for the Lima Locos. 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Copperheads 12-11 on the season. Lima Locos 14-8 remain in the top of the North Division. The win, Kevin Miranda. The loss, Thomas Cesaro. We'll be right back for the post-game show right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back inside the postgame show for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, joined by the manager, Austin Dunphy. First off, Coach, this is a tough loss to swallow, but you have to look back on the week. 8-2 over your last 10 games, 7-3 over the last 10 games. Really have brought this team from lower in the division, in the South Division, to within a half game of the lead here in the South.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week. It's been a long week with a trip to Canada and then straight to Galleon from there, and then back to Galleon the next day. Man, these guys have been competing their tails off all week long. It's been hard on their bodies, and today it caught up with us a little bit. Had Philip Glasser go down yesterday, took a ball to the foot, so he wasn't here. Getting that checked out. Thomas Cesaro, who's been one of our best guys all year long, did something to his arm there in the middle of the game. Man, it was a tough one today. We didn't have many options, but we were trying to throw them off balance a little bit, hoping those guys could pick up the slack. But it was just a little bit too much for us today, I think.
It was a tough game, but Scott Combs, with Chris Gambert right now dealing with the injury right now. Scott Combs has been in there. He's been solid behind the plate. What does it mean to you as having the catcher Combs just be in there almost every single day this week and provide a little stability behind the plate?
Oh, he's been huge. Chris Gambert went down with a little thing here early on in the week, so I wasn't putting him in the lineup for any reason. And we had our third catcher coming in. He got here yesterday, Western Kentucky kid. So Scott Combs had to catch 3 9-inning games 3 days in a row, which is an awfully tough thing to do for a catcher, especially this level. And on top of that, the hottest part of the summer we've had yet, and he's battled his tail off, holding this thing together for us to get through this week, and been one of our best guys all summer long, hitting above 300. Throws guys out almost every time they try and steal a base, so he's been huge for us, and he's a leader on and off the field for this ball club. Calls his own pitches, so it saves me a whole lot of work that I can put my faith in him, knowing he's going to do the job out there.
An 18-4 loss here in today's game. An off day tomorrow, Monday, and then on the road for a pretty long stretch. How are you going to prepare your guys for first the Scouts and then the Cincinnati Steam?
First off, those guys need rest. They need to get off their feet for a little bit, get out of the heat, let their bodies recover, take care of some bumps and scrapes and all that stuff, and get back to work Tuesday when we head over there to play interdivisional play. Man, it's today sucked, but it's one of those things in baseball that every now and then those days are going to happen. So it's nothing to be concerned with. Just back to work on Tuesday like we're in a pennant chase, because we got a chance to make a run at this thing towards the end of the season. We just need to hold it together a little while longer.
Coach, as always, appreciated. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. back here in the Copperheads post-game show. Player of the game was Sebastian Fabic. Fabic had a good game for the Copperheads today, picking up 2 hits, 2 for 5, 2 RBIs. Batting average still around 400, 391. But Fabic has really been solid and has kept this team in what is really a close pennant race.
Very close. I mean, top to bottom in the South Division, it's just only no more than a game separating all the teams. So it's going to make it even more exciting when we get into next week and they're all playing each other and see who starts to, kind of pull away a little bit, if any team. As, seeing the Copperheads go through the first time, I really didn't see anybody that stood out from any of the team. There wasn't a single game that the Copperheads lost in that first stretch of the South Division play where I was like, yeah, the other team was definitely better than they were. But same vice versa. I never thought the Copperheads were ever way better than any other team they played. So I think it's a real even division, top to bottom, so it's going to be exciting to see. The only team we haven't seen yet is the Scouts in person, but, they're right there in the mix of it all, too. So it's going to make for an exciting little race here to see who gets the top 3 spots.
As of right now, division standings, Licking County Settlers at the top, 13-9. Cincinnati Steam trailing 14-10. Hamilton Joe's at 12-9. Copperheads now at 12-11. Still have a game above the Xenia Scouts, or would be tied now because the Scouts picked up a win over the Muskegon Clippers. So they're at 13-12, but Copperheads 12-11. Both teams above 500, just a game. And Richmond Jazz down at the bottom with a 9-14 record. Copperheads 7-3 over the last 10 games. Again, picking up the win, Kevin Miranda. The loss goes to Tom Cesaro. Copperheads will take the off day tomorrow, take some rest, hopefully heal some arms, get some players back healthy into the game, and then it's a long stretch, 9 road games, starting off with the Xenia Scouts. 7:05 starts on July 2nd, so it'll be a new month when we return.
That's right.
But again, your final here inside Bob Wrenn Stadium. It's the Lima Locos 15, the Southern Ohio Copperheads, or Locos 18, the Southern Ohio Copperheads 4. For Austin Dunphy, Joe Medor, I'm Connor Mills, signing off. We'll see you on Tuesday.